Now, let us assume that those people you are refining in their countries, that they decide to be like you and shut down all the refineries in their countries. Will you have any refinery? Where will you get your petrol from? Where will you get your petrol from, I ask you? Let me go back to this letter. In the past, there was no history of Fulani in today's territory until 1804. There was no Fulani in Nigeria. No, I won't call it now. I'll call it Hausa territory. They only came in 1804. This was 800 years after the Yoruba kingdoms had been established, about 600 years after the Hausa monarchies, the Ejo, the Tiv, the Gala, the Jukun kingdoms had flourished. The Igbo nation had existed for centuries before. We have existed for thousands of years, not centuries. Thousands of years. We are the oldest people on the face of this earth. Thousands of years. I said thousands upon thousands of years. If you go to the pyramid we built in the city, that tells you all you need to know. We built pyramids before even the first vulture that heralded the coming of the Fulani landed on the Futajalon mountains. Before the first vulture that brought Fulani forth, before the first vulture was hatched from its egg, we've been existing as a people. The ancient people. And I thank this for reminding everybody of that. We recall that your forefathers came to power through brutal and bloody conquest of indigenous peoples in many parts of northern Nigeria under the guise of Islam. That's how they come. We are fighting corruption. We are fighting for Allah, for Islam, and they conquered all of you, all the way to Lupe, all the way to Kwara State. Are you following? He said, because in life, anybody who went to a proper school will tell you, one of the first things you learn as an undergraduate, even when you do an elective course, is this. They will tell you that history has a knack of repeating itself. History has a habit of repeating itself. That is why we must be vigilant. The Fulanis have done this in the past and they've succeeded. They conquered the Hausa, and the Hausa foolishly helped them to conquer the Bagi. The Bagi foolishly helped them to conquer the Nupe, and everywhere is a Fulani conquest all the way to Jukun people. And all of you are there. You never learned anything from history. You never learned anything. You claim you have professors. There is no village right now that will boast of having one professor. What does those your professors tell you? Do they educate you? Do they enlighten you at all? Do they actually tell you what life is all about? Has anyone actually sat down? I want to ask those propagating one Nigeria, have you actually sat down to read Fulani history? In fact, that's an assignment this evening. Anybody again who argues with you about one Nigeria, or the need to preserve Nigeria or to make it one, no matter who the fool is, just ask the idiot, please, I beg of you, go and study Fulani history. And after studying Fulani history, you then come back to me and let's have a debate about one Nigeria. You will see that they will repent overnight. You will see that what Fulanis are doing today is a consistent pattern of conquest. That's what they have done from day one. They came into the place called Zoo in 1804. They deceived the Hausa people. The same way they're deceiving some of you today. Every time, 4 years time, voting somebody who is good. We are looking every 4 years. And as you're focusing on every 4 years, they're encroaching, they're advancing. Using terrorism, using the Nigerian army, using the Nigerian police, who are now admittedly working for Mieti Yalam. Encroaching until what happened to Birom people will not happen to you. That in Birom land, there is no local government where you have a Birom person. They are finished. Is it what you want to see happen to your people? I ask you. That is why everywhere people are rising. And very soon, of course, middle belt will rise. You will see it. Just watch and see. Because if you don't rise up, they will swallow you up. The Hausa people failed to rise up. I will continue. We recall that your forebears came. The Fulanis came through brutal and bloody conquest of indigenous people. They took over everywhere. They spread their Islam even to Yoruba land. Hausa land like Katsina, like Kanu, was swept to one side. As I have written yesterday, even Kanu Brono Empire collapsed. Constant pressure from the Fulani. The Shehu of Brono kept resisting, but they kept fighting until they threw them down. They couldn't defeat them. That was why they stopped Boko Haram. Why do you think Boko Haram is in Brono? Some of you don't know anything. Why do you think Boko Haram, their epicenter, the epicenter of their struggle is in Brono State, where they want to set up a caliphate? Because they tried for centuries. Brono said no. We are not going to follow the Fulani pattern. But Fulani still succeeded in penetrating and having their emirs. But of course, you still have the Shehu of Borno. Do you know that? Do you know that is why they went there? Do you know that the Fulanis conquered everybody in the north and went to Borno? Borno said no. They'll be sleeping at night and the Shehu of Borno and his armies will go and kill all of them. Are you aware of that history? Some of you don't know the Fulani. That is why when I see a fool, when I see a compound illiterate mouthing their rubbish one Nigeria, they don't know they are digging their graves, or should I say the graves of their own people. Because one day they will come and they will take your land over. And I thank this Yoruba group for pointing this thing, this very issue out. So your Sultan, they are now telling the Sultan, so Sultan, your visit to Nigeria in 1804 of your people have been very, very successful. You people are very lucky. Even when Britain came, they took you, they adopted you as their favorite slave and gave you all the powers that you needed. And people claim, what I find astonishing, are you telling me that this history now, being enumerated by Apapo, Odua, Koya, are you telling me it's not been there? These things are in your library. If you go to your libraries, they are there. If you go to the internet, they are there. You will know how they came about. You will know how the Fulanis came. A country of over 300 ethnic groups was handed over to you, a foreigner. I love these people. If they can keep up this tempo. Yoruba are now waking up, they're now writing. Yoruba is saying that people who are indigenous to the land when you came was handed over to you very cheaply. First through conquest, and some of it's part by you who never owned an inch of land. Do you know that they're not telling you, we want Ruga, we graze our cattle in the forest, we do our business in the bushes. Mietela is telling you, and some of you, even the media, the useless journalists will be there writing, oh, they do their business in the bush. Yeah. Let me ask Fulani, you want pathway to come into my forest to come and graze your cattle? Did you bring land when you were coming from Futajalon? Where is your land? Did you ever own land before? You're a nomad. You don't own land anywhere. You are a wandering tribe of beasts. Where on earth have you owned land before? What is the problem in Mali? Some of you don't know the problem in Mali is Fulani. So you don't know? You heard about Mali. Jonathan is going to do peace. Do you know that Fulani is the problem? Are you aware of that? Are you aware? The thing is that they will never stay in one place. They always want other people's properties. I don't understand the reason why. And they never work for it. The British in 1960, according to this very letter, the British in 1916 the British left in 1960 and you emerged as the main benefactor. Even though your people were not known to have fought for independence, which Fulani man fought for independence? There's nobody. Did the Fulani people fight the British? No. They welcomed them. But they emerged as the highest benefactors, or should I say the main one. You were wise enough to plant your people in security. They were very clever. Britain told them that the power lay in the gun. Whoever controls the gun, whoever pulls the trigger controls power. So they made sure that their children were in the army, courtesy of Britain. That was British advice. And they took it, and they went into the army. Very sad indeed. Very, very sad indeed. Now, what they have done is this letter says it is a reflection of your preference for force. They want to use force, police force, even police. Now listen to this very carefully. That is why I keep saying I don't know how else to speak to meager animals and they will understand. Where did you get your independence from? From who? From Britain. Which means that everything you had upon independence was a mirror image of British life. Is that correct? British laws, British schooling, education system, British healthcare system, everything was British. Is that correct? In Britain, do you have police force in Britain? Is there any IG of police for the whole of England? People don't understand this very fact. Even in the United Kingdom, there is no centralized police system. Yorkshire have their own police. Essex have their own police. Central London have their own police called the Metropolitan Police. Everybody, if you go to Kent, Kent has its own police. If you go to Merseyside, which is Liverpool, they have their own police. If you go to everywhere, even in Scotland, the constable, they are all independent. Do you know why the police is independent and localized? So there will be nobody can get into power and want to overrun everybody by force of arms. Now you copied Britain. Why did you put the word force in your police? In Britain, does the police carry guns in Britain? They don't carry guns in Britain. I'm asking you, is there lawlessness in Britain? Are people going about blowing people up and killing people? Is there any accidental discharge? Because black people don't reason. Britain, their police is ordinary, it's called a constabulary. Your own is Nigeria Police Force. A police that is supposed to be serving the people is a force. If you do, I will shoot you by force and you will die. That's why you have an idiot in Enugu State. They claim they are planning to arrest IPOB officers. Go and arrest now. Let's see. Go and arrest. What happened before will happen again. I remember a joke that somebody told me in a bus once. I was traveling from Iguacha with my wife to Lagos. We were going by road, and the man came on the bus and started giving us a joke. And the man was saying, there was a man that stopped a vehicle that was traveling and said, if I'm looking for my wallet, if I don't find my wallet, what happened in 1972 will happen again. And people kept wondering and saying, oh my God, what was this thing that this man did in 1972? The people started begging, if you know you're holding his wallet, make sure you give it to him. And the driver was worried, everybody. And after a while, after about 3 or 4 hours, after this delay, everybody was panicking. This man is going to do something. They asked the man, what did you actually do in 1972 when your wallet went missing? The man said, I did nothing, I just went home. They nearly beat him to death. Yeah, where we come from. Under the false artificial creation called the zoo, your people, Yorubas are talking to the Sultan, your people produce no oil, yet you appropriate and decide how the resources should be expended. And let me tell you why the Fulanis have succeeded so far. It's because of the lives of Ohaneze and Pandev. You have this so-called sociocultural garbage. All these people that come out and they claim they represent your interests. All they do is that they represent their families. Because ask yourself this question. All of you have been in existence for very many years. What have you, let us look at Pandev for instance. Pandev, what have you achieved for Niger Delta? Jonathan was in power for 6 years. What was his accomplishment in Niger Delta? Nothing. Are our people drinking clean water? No. Has Ogoniland been cleaned? No. Is there employment? No. Is there in what way does government benefit ordinary people? No, none. There's nothing. Now you understand that some of you, the thing about black people is that we don't want to confront the truth with hard facts. That is the difference between IPOB, what we are doing on Radio Biafra, and any other group of people. We tell you the truth. If you like, you get upset. If you like, you eat your own flesh. If you like, keep turning around like a aeroplane turner. Eventually, you will come to the inescapable conclusion that we are right. They've done nothing for you. Now ask yourself this question. How was it possible that only 7 million can be messing all of you up? Police force, army, everything, they are there with their AK-47. Why? Are they more intelligent than us? The answer is no. Because inside us, there are people who are compromised. I call them the modern day warrant chiefs. They give them some money and they sell their soul and their conscience. There is a new brigade, the Go and Vote Brigade. You have your hope on the next election. Now every election is an opportunity for you to have hope that things will be better, and you know it never gets better with the zoo. The letter is very long. I'm going to publish it after this very program. I'll put it on my wall so you can go through it. In fact, the invasion of Yoruba land by Fulani headsmen is there. People say, oh, why are people agitating? Why is IPOB collaborating with our Yoruba brethren? Why won't you? All our lives are in danger. We are dying. Fulani want to encroach. They want to go past Kwara State. They want to move all the way to the lagoon in Lagos with their version of Islam. And you think it's Islam? Of course it's not Islam. This is a Fulani political strategy. If you don't understand, once they install their MA, it's over for your village, as they're now doing in Ebonyi State. Therefore, when he went and took money from the Islamic bank, people don't know that we know all these things. You build a market, you build 2 flyovers, you tar 1 road, it's on the internet, you fly, yes. But meanwhile, 1/4 of Ebonyi State has been taken over by Fulani Janjaweed. They're in our forests. They are killing our daughters. It is there in broad daylight. They think we are foolish. They think we don't know anything. That's what they think. That is why they can rise up and say, oh, we're not going to sit at home. People should walk about. But during COVID-19, you were sitting at home. You did not think of family then. We were the ones that sent palliatives to. I sent palliatives to Ebonyi State. You can see the people. They think they don't know that we know the strategy of Fulani. Fulani will give money to Dave Umahi and say to him, oh please try and build one flyover, build one market, do this and do that. After all, some will do this. Some will come in and build roads in Ebonyi. In return for those loans, you allow Mieti Allah access. They can settle anywhere in Ebonyi. Ebonyi was their target. To do to Ebonyi what they did to Benue State. To take over Ebonyi as an Islamic state, and we said no to it. Till tomorrow morning, we are saying no, and they know it now. They know very, very well. That is what they want to do. That is, as long as you remain in one Nigeria, the pressure from the Fulani will always be there to take you over. If you don't know, let me tell you. Zik never saw that, but Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did, and warned Zik who don't listen. You know, flavors they don't. It's like something is blocking their ears. They don't listen. They don't reason very well. Like if you meet an Eflef, all he wants to do or all she wants to do is to contest election. It's our turn to eat money, and you're telling me about freedom. They don't want to hear. All they want to do is to eat money. Look at how brave this Yoruba group is, writing to the Sultan, telling the Sultan all their sins, the sins of the Fulani. And you're there shouting about Nigeria. They want to spoil Nigeria for us. Go to your village and see what they're doing to it. I feel sorry for those in the Middle Belt. Now they have woken up, but it is a bit, they say better late than never. Then they must hurry up. Middle Belt must hurry up. Bagi must hurry up. Even Hausa must hurry up. You must save yourself. You must save. Forget all this garbage Hausa food. It's not like Hausa Fulani. You must save yourself. Fulanis are killing people everywhere. This letter is very lengthy. Very lengthy. It was signed by Colonel Abimbola Showunmi, retired. A colonel. I'm an elite. I served in the army. I don't want my name to be heard. His name is Colonel Abimbola Showunmi, retired. Malam Salou Ahmed Akorede. People are coming out to speak. We started before them. Our own is, we have fought before. We can't fight again. You know how it is. You need to plan very well. Plan for how many years, I ask you? All they want to do is allow us to contest. Anybody who is contesting election becomes an enemy of freedom, because all they want to do is to contest and to get into power. Once they're into power, it's their turn to eat. For 8 years, you have to wait for 8 years. Another idiot comes up, it's my turn to contest. Do you see the chain? And it keeps going. And for some of you who don't understand that Middle Belt has been conquered, I'm going to play something for you, so you understand that they have been conquered. Unfortunately, I cannot post this for you now, but I'll do so immediately after this very program. You are going to listen to a clip of what is happening in the Middle Belt. These are the same Middle Belt people in the army. They are in the police. They are the ones saying, oh, go and kill IPOB, go and... But their villages are gone. And you know the funniest thing is that God is fighting for us. As you're coming and you're trying to kill us for your Fulani masters, your own villages are being taken over by the Fulani bandits. That is how foolish people are. That is why I have said, if you're from the Middle Belt and you're in the army, if you're from the west, Oduduwa, Yoruba land, and you're in the army or police, and you're from the east, you're in the army or in the police, that nonsense they're telling you, police commissioner, let us go and arrest IPOB, let's go and shoot every agitator and every protester. You are giving away your village to them for free. You're a fool. You are doing exactly the same thing that Hausa peasants did. That was why Fulani people killed all their Habe kings and replaced them with emirs. Isn't it very funny? Something that happened in 1804, when Gobert fell, Sokoto, President Sokoto, is what people that claim they went to universities are doing today. The same thing Hausa peasants did in 1804 is what some graduates are doing today. The same thing. You are an Igbo man or Igbo woman or you're a Biafran, wherever you are. They bring people fighting for your freedom to court. And you want to jail them. You want to adjourn the case. As a magistrate, you don't come to court. As a judge, you don't come to court. You want them to suffer. You want to demoralize us, to abandon our struggle. Your behavior is exactly the same behavior of a Hausa peasant 200 years ago that led to the fall of Gobe and they named this Sokoto, the fall of Katsina. Today they have the emir of Katsina. Today they have the emir of Kanu. Are you listening? Are some of you listening? Some of you that claim you're in the army, you're in the police, you're saving one Nigeria. Do you know that fighting to save one Nigeria means you are giving up your village to Fulani to conquer? Are you aware of that? I want to play something for you, because some of you are dumb, very, very dumb and foolish indeed. But I must wake you. It is our duty to wake you up, and we are doing so and doing so diligently, and we are not stopping. I want to let people in the Middle Belt understand. You're in the Middle Belt, you're in the army. We are going to shoot at them. We want to arrest them. We want to conquer them. We want to help you are helping Fulani conquer your village. Listen very carefully to this, please. Listen very, very carefully. Listen.
In March 7 to 12, 100 churches in Zaria City were burned down, and over 300 Christian homes and businesses, cars, and a couple of people killed and destroyed.
Yes, Muruba.
I was the leader then of the Christian Association Zaria chapter.
Are you listening?
In 1987, in March 7 to 12, 100 churches in Zaria City were burned down, and over 300 Christian homes and businesses, cars, and a couple of people killed and destroyed.
In Zaria.
I was the leader then of the Christian Association Zaria chapter.
Yes.
And the Lord asked me to tell the people to do nothing.
Yes.
And I wrote that letter. It was circulated, and the Christians watched as their businesses were being destroyed, homes killed.
This by Fulani.
In 2010, I was in Jos as bishop.
Same rebel.
To the date, 7th to the 12th of March, 3 villages in the near outskirts of Jos. Muslims massacred men, women, and children.
Are you listening?
And the church leaders, we were all convinced to beg the villagers and those that survived and the entire Christian community to do nothing.
Yes, Christians do nothing.
They cried until their voices were dried up, tears dried up, and there was nothing more to cry, and they just watched. In 2006, over 40 people came to my house to kill me. It turned out I postponed my return home, and they met my wife. They did unspeakable things to her. They beat her, left her half dead and totally blind.
Are you listening? You are from the Middle Belt. One Nigeria. He was a one Nigeria, no? He was in Zaria. They killed Christians. They killed, what they mean by Christians is that they killed the local populations, people who actually own the land. In that Zaria, they have the emir of Zaria, who is a visitor. He ran to Jos. They met him in Jos. He escaped, but they got his wife and they raped his wife. He's a very brave man. I'm going to give away this video to our people that do live videos just so they can analyze it. Are you following what we're saying? Are you listening? You see, I keep saying it, as I said before, when I went to university in England, one of the first things that I had in mind was to, as I told my father before I went to England, is to understand how Britain brought this problem to us, and of course to study and to research the level of stupidity in the brain of a black man. People wonder why I speak the way I do, why I curse and insult black people. Because if I don't curse and insult black people, that area of your brain that harbors stupidity will continue to grow. So we need to diminish it. This is Nigeria for you. The man is giving you dates from years back, his own personal experience. The wife was raped in front of, defiled by Fulani Janjaweed. In the same country, they ask you, oh, come on, please go and vote. Vote in 2023, vote in 2099, vote in 2098. People are foolish. The same people, Christians from the Middle Belt, Southern Kaduna, in Jos, Biram, as I said to you. You are in the army. You are in the police. You are helping Fulani to extend their rule to your village by doing what is wrong before God and before man. Let us listen to this very mind, because it is absolutely astonishing what people go through in the zoo and they keep quiet. But I'm very glad that the Yorubas have risen, and this very crop, I'm telling you, these people, they are now hardcore. Serious. They want Oduduwa freedom. All they care about now is Oduduwa freedom. And until middle belt rise up, they are finished. Let us listen.
Till their voices were dried up.
Listen.
Tears dried up, and there was nothing more to cry.
Yes.
And they just watched.
Yes.
In 2006, over 40 people came to my house to kill me. It turned out I postponed my return home,
yes,
and they met my wife.
Yes.
They did unspeakable things to her.
They did unspeakable things.
Beat her, left her half dead and totally blind.
They raped her to the point that she became blind. Have you ever seen a woman raped to the point where she became blind? This man is telling you not what happened to somebody else, what happened to the wife, what Fulani did to the wife. This same Fulani, some idiots, some fools, some hey. I think it's about time when somebody says something about Nigeria, you put your fingers in idiots' eyes. They are foolish. This is what happens to you when you allow the Fulanis to come in. Your wife will be raped to the point that she will become blind. These are people that sleep with their cows. They sleep with cows, and they come and they rape your wife into blindness until your wife goes blind. Then you understand you're in a zoo, in a zoological republic, courtesy of Britain. And Britain cannot see any of these things. They see no evil and they hear no evil. And evil is happening, and you want men of good conscience to keep quiet. You want us to not to speak, not to talk, not to agitate for our freedom, to be quiet until Fulani will sweep us. Oh my God. God will punish all of you, all of you, Hanese and Pandef, all you idiots, all you fools, taking money from Fulani, taking money and making our lives a misery. So you are useless people. Listen.
Through the mercy of God, she recovered. 6 months later in the USA, she came back. Exactly 1 year later, they came back again. This time they met me at home. Over 30 people came, broke down the house. They had their time, broke down the back door, came in and took me out to kill me.
Are you listening?
They later on changed their minds and said they would kill me in my bedroom. I pleaded with them to pray, and they allowed me to pray.
Yes.
As I prostrated before the Lord, about 2 minutes later my wife was holding my hands. 5 minutes later my son came in and I said, "What are you doing here?" And he said, "Daddy, they've gone." What chased them away, what they saw, what they didn't see, only eternity will reveal.
Are you listening?
Now friends, I'm not saying this to play down on those who have died. I've lost a classmate who was a pastor in Kaduna. He was roasted in his church.
Roasted in his church in Kaduna.
Colleagues, schoolmates, and brothers and sisters who've been slaughtered for the faith.
Yes.
Why I'm alive, I don't know. But one thing I know, until my time is up, and I know I will die someday, blood crash, air crash, car crash, whatever crash, until that day, I have a gospel to proclaim. I have a gospel worth living for. And I have a gospel worth dying for. Amen.
He has finished. He survived it. His friends did not. The wife suffered rape until she became blind. That is the Nigeria that some idiots are canvassing for to be continued. I don't understand it. Some of you don't learn. People from the middle belt, they tell them, woman is your problem, Biafra is your problem, go and fight them, go and kill them. They came to our land and they killed over 5 million people. Today, are they not being killed by the same people? Today, I don't know, are they not in the forests of Yoruba land? Are they not in their forests killing them? Those that said, oh, we are Niger Delta, we are South. Have you been spared? Are you not being killed? Do you see where we came Why Chukwuka determined that we should come. Now, this man is from the Middle Belt, the same Middle Belt that Gowon comes from. Somebody said his name is, I don't know what his name is, this Jonah Jang. He said that the problem in the zoo, the Fulani problem started after Gowon was overthrown. I don't know how grown-up men in the zoo, Nigeria, especially some of them you call your elders, how they can be so deceptive. They are liars, selective in what they wish to recall, and they come and they spew out outright lies. Look at this very man telling us that problem started. Was Gowon not the problem? Gowon was a Christian. Gowon was fighting for one Nigeria. I want to let a look at, if you want to see how sad your lives are, look at Gowon. Gowon was a head of state. He was a Christian. They brought him out. He thought he was fighting for one Nigeria, but today go to his village, go to his state. What is happening to him? They got what's his name? T.Y. Danjuma. He was fighting for one Nigeria. He was going to kill you. He was killing Igbo people. He killed Ironsi. He was fighting to kill everybody. He was so deadly during the war. Because they told him the problem you have is Biafra is an Igbo man. Go and kill him. He went. Today, the same man is lamenting because they never learned anything from history. That is how Fulani operate. Today, they have gone to police stations and to army barracks to tell them, hey, IPOB is the problem. Nnamdi Kanu is the problem. Go and kill him. Go and kill every IPOB officer. But these are idiots from the Middle Belt. These are officers in the army and police from the Middle Belt. In their own villages, Fulanis have taken over. And the same Fulani is telling you to go and kill IPOB, kill Nnamdi Kanu, kill everybody, and you are doing it. Can you see how foolish you are? All of you, even those working in the courts in our land, do you see how foolish you are? So you don't know, by detaining somebody who is agitating for your freedom, you are helping the Fulani to advance into your village and take it over. Look at Jos, what is happening in the Middle Belt. You had a living testimony. How Nigeria's problem started with the coup that overthrew Gowon, Jonah Jang, people talking. These are the so-called elders, people lying. He never knew that Gowon should have insisted on the implementation of Aburi. Aburi is the same restructuring that claiming for today, you know. The same restructuring. Every idiot now is, let's restructure, let's have a dialogue, all that rubbish. Imagine 193 million people begging 7 million people to have a dialogue. Have you seen anything more stupid in your life before? 100 and very, very envious. People are very, very individualistic and selfish. Envious. And Ojukwu went to Aburi to negotiate the restore after 50 years. After 50 years, the same thing that Ojukwu saw, the same thing that Ojukwu fought for is what they are now. Everybody is now clamoring and fighting for it. Now you understand, don't you? That we are always right. When we refuse to vote for Buhari, we were right. We knew him. The thing these days that I'm happy about is that our Yoruba brothers now understand that we are measured in our thinking. When we say no to something, that thing, there is evil in it. Now, they are going to use Tinubu to try to deceive them once again. They will bring out Tinubu. They will be talking about, as I said, I trust this very set. It's not like the ones who have gone before. These are young, vibrant men and women. You know, Duduwa movement. And they are not going back anymore. That's what. And they have hoisted their flag in Yaba. Did anybody shoot at them? Did the Lagos state governor come out as Umahi will foolishly do, idiots? No sit at home here. That should be necessary. People have. I am asking Umahi, have you seen? Are you richer than Lagos state? Do you know that the Yoruba Oduduwa flag was flying in Yaba? Did someone come out to say, oh, who are those? Arrest them. My friend is the commandant of Ojo Cantonment. Go and shoot them. If he's any stupid, hopeless Igbo governor, useless to the bone, you hopeless, you go and shoot them because you're trying to please your Fulani master, so they can give you presidency. But they're not going anywhere. Let them come and campaign now for presidency. Let's see. That time they will know how angry we are. They think they are smart. Look, people are angry. In a state, Fulani headsmen are slaughtering people. I want some people to Google it tonight and post it. Those listening on my page on Facebook, go and Google it and post the link. Dave Umahi opened his mouth and said, they are raping our mothers and killing them in Ebonyi state. It is there. It was carried by Punch newspaper. Go and look for it. We said we are fed up of Fulani killing us in Odo State. The same government came out and said, oh, there should be no sit at home. There is no problem here. Because he wants to contest for presidency. Because of your presidency, our mothers should be killed and raped in the farm. Because of the money you took from Islamic Bank to build 1 or 2 flyovers, you think because of that rubbish, we then sacrifice our lives? The same idiotic move made by a Fulani peasant, and today Gobe is named Sokoto, is gone. You think you're smart? They know nothing. These people, they know nothing. These people are lying. You see that said, we are elders, they are liars and deceivers. They are liars and deceivers. Somebody should go and ask, go on, who is responsible for the mess now happening in the zoo? Is it not you? Go on. Nobody. You have journalists, seasoned journalists emeritus, and I'm asking them, why have you not been to go on and ask go on? Why did you not honor Aburi Accord? Why don't you ask all of them agitating today for one national dialogue or the other, or for constitutional review? Ask them, what happened when Ojukwu went to Aburi? That you came and you are lying that Ojukwu seceded. Liars and deceivers. Liars, and now their shame has caught up with them. They no longer know how to hide their shame anymore. They are now looking for excuses. The same middle belt has been ravaged, where people are being killed in southern Kaduna. They are being slaughtered in the same southern Kaduna. They have their sons and their daughters in the army fighting those who are fighting for their freedom. How foolish can black people be, I ask? The same thing goes for those who are working in the courts in Biafra land. You want to jail somebody who is fighting for you. The problem of Nigeria today is go on. Go on is the problem. He may say that the British forced him. Go on is he was the head of. Go on is the problem of Nigeria. That is why I said I'm praying. I am praying every day, and he knows that God is no longer listening to his prayers because he comes from Plateau State. In Benue Plateau is now the epicenter of Fulani banditry and terrorism as punishment, because if you touch the anointed of God, God will always pay you back. All the terrorism ravaging the north is as a result of what they did in our land. And if I say to them, the reason why all these Fulani terror groups are now killing the army and the police in the north is because of Operation Patton Dance, they won't believe it. But that is the reason why. They will kill all of them, and they'll keep killing them. And today, Plateau, people of Birom today, there is no Birom man or woman who can claim to be a local government chairman. It's because of Go On. Go On is the problem. Go On went to Ghana, discussed with Ojukwu how things are going to be. He came back and he reneged, and he had the temerity to come out and say that Ojukwu seceded. And those, let me catch a journalist again, write that nonsense that Ojukwu went to war or Biafra seceded. I'm just waiting to read from one idiot. Then I'll disgrace the fool. Idiots everywhere in the zoo. That's why I call them zoo animals. They claim they went to school, and I have said they should knock down, they should bulldoze every university in the zoo. It is useless. What they train are idiots. As you're coming out of the zoo as a graduate and you go and do that, you're useless NYSC, you become a very foolish idiot an animal for the rest of your life, because you can no longer reason. 193 million people. Have you heard of such? Do the mathematics. 193 million people begging 7 million people to please help us make our lives more tolerable. In front of your eyes, before your two naked eyes, they shut down 4 refineries and gave their own person, another Fulani man, license to go and build a refinery. In your own eyes, every day you wake up and you talk about one Nigeria. Are you not foolish? Are you not hopeless? Are you not idiotic? Go On was the man who sabotaged Aburi, and as such is the man responsible today for all the woes happening in the zoological republic that Britain created. The British imperialistic tendencies that scuttled the beautiful Aburi Accord is the reason why all of you are in a mess. Is the reason why you are dying in the middle belt. Is the reason why there are Fulanis camped in your villages right now. Is the reason for the rise of Mieti Allah. Go On is the one responsible for it. And everybody fell hook, line and sinker for the British BBC propaganda against Biafra and Ojukwu. All of you fell for it. The same way that they are carrying their propaganda against me and IPOB, but only this time that we are formidable. If you give us one, we give you 100. That is why they are afraid of us. Bring it on. I don't care who you are. If you are ABC, let them do any documentary about us. And you they know who we are. Even Facebook has gone on to close our a community of 1.5 million people. It doesn't matter how they conspire. Now we have our own platform. Now, as I'm speaking, the whole world is listening to me. They can no longer stifle us. They can no longer cage us. They can no longer censor what we say or what we are thinking. Now, the field is level. And they will get it. They will get it. People are now waking up to the reality that full-on demonic plans for all of you ignorant fools shouting one Nigeria is very obvious. Once you shout one Nigeria, you're a complete bastard. You're an animal. I'm telling you the truth. Fulani is making use of your brain and you cannot see it, and you claim you went to school. You claim you're educated. But of course you're not. People moving cattle from place to... Look at Nyetiala. Ordinary Nyetiala can go to Asorok, and they gave them 100 billion in front of all of you. All of you saw it. They didn't hide it. A terrorist group was given 100 million before all of you animals in the zoo. 193 million people begging 7 million people that came as visitors in your own land. Black people. I have told God in my next life I don't want to see blacks. I'm telling you, we are useless to the bottom line. We are useless. 193 million people begging 7 million people. Every day we are begging. They kill us in Southern Kaduna, we cry. They kill us in Zaria, we cry. They come to Agatu, they kill us, we cry. They go to the forest in Yoruba land, they kill Papa Shoranti's daughter, we cry. Oh, that is all we do. That is all. And out of all of this nonsense, an idiot will come up and be talking about one Nigeria. It's even now, even a House of Reps member, oh God in heaven, put me out of this misery and this UG. Black people, they drive me mad. Black people, the way they reason, they drive me insane. Why did you create black people? How can you create people who cannot reason? I don't understand it. Water bill is a northern agenda to tighten the noose on the south. Listen, somebody who went into the House of Reps and took an oath to be loyal to Nigeria. A member of the House of Representatives representing Uweli North and the South and Udu Federal Constituency in the House of Honorable Francis Waive has described the water resources bill, the Fulani water resources bill, as a northern agenda, which is, when they say northern, it means Fulani. Forget all that northern crap. After all, it is the same north that they are killing people in Kaduna. The same north that are killing Christians in Zaria. These are Hausa Christians. In the same north, in Birom, they are killing people in Plateau, killing city people, killing everybody. They're telling you north. Northern agenda. It is a Fulani agenda. It's a northern agenda to tighten the noose on the south. And you have somebody from the same south. You can see clearly the intentions of the Fulani to take over your lives. You can see them coming with their AK-47 and their bombs. And you're there shouting, waving your flag, one Nigeria. Well, as Udef Roma is doing. He thinks they'll give him presidency. He's a madman. Of course, he knows he cannot get it. Can you see it? This is what they do. They convince you to be against yourselves. And I have asked go and ask, okay, Zibaz, all these murderers that you have answering governors, Obiano, these are people that killed their own fellow brothers and sisters fighting for their freedom. Let me ask you, have you not heard of Oduduwa freedom and agitation? Have you not heard about it? Did you not see the flag all over the place, Yoruba flag? Has anyone killed them or burnt the flags? It's only you idiots. Only you fools, the fools. Every blessed day, Biafra this, IPOB did you this, IPOB did. Can you now understand it? And let me tell you, there's something people haven't noticed as well. Look at Sahara reporters, look at all the Yoruba papers, Punch newspaper, all of them reporting Oduduwa agitation. Has any of them called them secessionists? No. But if it is an Igbo journalist now, once he writes, or Biafran journalist and submits, his Yoruba editor will tell him, come on, go and change that, put secessionists there. But now, their own people are agitating to be free. Nobody's calling them secessionists. I want our people to put on their thinking caps. I want them to become reasonable. I want the governors of the East to look at what their counterparts are doing in the West and learn from it. Have you seen it? Now, if any of them comes out now to contest for presidency, they can support the person. But you, after killing IPOB family members, conniving to bring Operation Python dance, then you want to come and campaign so we can vote for you to become president. When you were governor, you killed us. When you're president, you drop bomb from you tell Nigeria Air Force go and bomb our villages now. You think we are not sensible? Come and campaign, none of you, but of course Biafra will come before that. None of you will smell that place. Your wickedness, all of you, all these idiots, we want to fight for Igbo president. You are in cloud cuckoo land. We are waiting for you to bring out your campaign vehicle on the streets of Biafra and Chilika. Then you know how angry we are. If you want to be president, join us and fight for Biafra. When Biafra comes, you contest to be the Biafran president. It will be the most prestigious office in Africa. Fools, you think we are foolish? Come and campaign now. 2019 was the last time we played that game. It's not going to happen again. An honorable member, a federal what is it called again? Is it Federal House of Reps or whatever they call the rubbish? He's telling you that the Fulanis are coming for you. Yet you are there in saying, I'm a Delta, I'm part of Niger Delta of Nigeria. You can see that they're coming for you. According, not me, not Nnamdi Kanu, not IPOB, not anything we're saying. The person you sent to the Federal House to represent you, he has been to Abuja, he has seen what is about to come and is warning you. And you're there in your tiny hut in the creek, drinking polluted water, shouting the Niger Delta of Nigeria. Stupidity is a disease, a very big disease. The time now is approximately 25 minutes to the top of the hour. We are live and we are direct and we're bringing the gospel of heaven. The gospel of heaven. Of heaven. Azikiwe is in his grave today. He never knew that one Nigeria will be like this. If they said to Azikiwe, there will be a time when a federal house member in Abuja or the capital, anywhere it is, he will be telling our people that they are coming to enslave us. We won't believe it. He won't believe it. But he was there, Zik of Africa, Zik of Nigeria, one Nigeria. But now, look here what a politician is telling you, that they are coming for you. They're bringing everything, arming Miyeti, using the police and the army to advance Fulani terrorism into your homes and villages. They have bribed Facebook. They have bribed everybody. They have bribed everybody bribable to suppress the truth. Because of course, from Bill Gates' perspective, any death in Nigeria is a plus for the world, because there are 200 million. So in fact, I even believe that the ones encouraging funny terrorism. So if you keep the numbers down, I'm being honest with you. Not minding the overwhelming evidence of Fulani domination and patent Islamization, some Yoruba people have not learned from the experience of their loss of a Lorin to the Fulani. Some so-called Yoruba are against the Oduduwa Republic. I'm talking about those who are against the Oduduwa Republic. But one good thing is that no Yoruba governor has ever mobilized the Fulani army to kill their people. Unlike the idiots you have in Biafra. These are the ones going to contest for presidency now. After you killed us as a governor, imagine what you're going to do to us when you become a president. You will come and behead all of us now. You will send the Fulani. You will want to prove to Fulani that you're a good Nigerian. So that means, and they will tell you, why don't you go and set an example with your own people? You will send them to come and behead all of us. Igbo man, president of Nigeria. Mad people everywhere. Oduduwa Republic, October 1 rally divides Yoruba leaders. They are divided. And in this very division that they have, these people claim they are educated. Some of them claim that they went to school. There is one calling himself High Chief Lakan Balogun. I have not seen any Yoruba Oba who supports self-determination. How can they support it when they are afraid they will be arrested if they do? Or Olu Badon was the only one at that Ibadan conference, and he was represented by his High Chief. And Lekon Balogun only pleaded for unity and peace among Yoruba. He did not preach self-determination. The idiot saying this thing doesn't know that there are Yoruba people in Benin Republic, Yoruba people in Togo as well. He claims he loves Yoruba people, but he doesn't want to see all Yoruba people united under one banner, under one nation. I don't know if it is the meat. There must be something wrong with any idiot that calls himself a Nigerian. I'm very sorry, it is not the High Chief Lakan Balogun, please. Let me see the monkey saying this type of rubbish. In fact, he didn't even put his name down. He didn't put his name. One is saying that more harm will be done. He's a coward, he didn't even put his name down. We need to involve everybody. Are you going to involve the same Oba who said he's now an emir in Yoruba land that the Fulanis gave money? He said he's now an emir. Are you going to involve him as well? The likes of the Supreme Court, people call him governor. I don't want anybody calling him governor anymore. He is the Supreme Court administrator. He is the Supreme Court Fulani appointed administrator of Imo State. I don't want anywhere on any IPOB, Radio Biafra platform, anybody referring to Hopos or them. Don't put the word governor before. No, he is the Supreme Court Fulani appointed administrator of Imo State. It's a mouthful, I know, but that is the title of his job. Do you now understand? Do you now understand? I hope that you do. I hope that you do. They are divided, of course. And everywhere you go to, you have an Efulefu. An Efulefu. This one, it says his name is Senator Femi Okoromu. The agitation by Akintoye-led Yoruba World Congress for Autonomous Federation is not the consensus of the Yorubas as a whole. But this idiot is there. As they killed Parfashoranti's daughter, the idiot did nothing. Senator Femi Okoromu, whatever the fool's name is. He's there, and the Fulanis are in their forests. He's doing nothing. His concern is that little money that the Fulani have promised him coming from Abuja. That's his concern, a black man. That's all. Once they are okay with their families, everybody else can go to hell. They don't care. That is how they reason. That is who they are. That is how they behave. But now they can see, everywhere you go to, you have your own fair share. Somebody should remind that fool that middle belt people were saying the same thing before. When Gowon was there, they were dancing and basking in the euphoria. We were against Biafra. We defeated Biafra. Today, they wake up and they see 8, 9, 20 janjaweed on top of their wives. And by the end of the process, the woman will be blind. Now you understand? Please, that is why I don't feel sorry for any Efulefu. 60 years on the edge. 60 years and the zoo is going nowhere. According to Danjuma, Bogonyaro, Lekwot and others. And they are all from the Middle Belt. Danjuma, Bogonyaro, Lekwot, others. All from the Middle Belt. They were the ones that fought Biafra. They were the ones that carried the propaganda. Igbo man is your problem. They're the ones that said that Biafra must be destroyed. Today they are crying. Today they are shedding blood. Today blood is coming out of their eyes. I'm not happy about it. It's called comeuppance. They are getting it today. Now they know Biafra wasn't the problem. Now they know that Ojukwu was not the problem. They are their own. The same place that Danjuma comes from is where Gowon comes from. Now the Middle Belt is paying the price the same way that the Hausa people paid the price for betraying their kings. Today the Middle Belt is doing the same thing. They are now crying, saying that things are no longer happening. What did I actually say? Least Biafra war, Sharia democracy, other matters to be investigated. Now they want Biafra war to be investigated. Now they understand that we did nothing wrong. Now they know that Ojukwu did not. But these were the people that fought Ojukwu. Now they're even using the same words that I use on Radio Biafra. Buhari's administration using colonial solutions to tackle problems. Now it is very clear that the Fulanis are the ones colonizing you. Very, very clear. Very, very clear.
Good afternoon.
This is why we say sit at home. It will take, it's only that tells you how wicked and callous.
Pray. Bow your heads.
Without whom we cannot function, and unto him we give every honor and every adoration wherever you are. I will ask you, if you are in the spirit, to remain so. If you are outside the spirit, we ask you to come into it. Because what we are preaching from here is a gospel of redemption, as directed by Chukwukika Abiyama himself in heaven. And this very gospel, we must preach it. Therefore, we must pray. We give thanks unto thee, O Elohim, for there is none like thee. There can never be any like thee. You are the beginning and the end. You are the Alpha and the Omega. Our lives are in the palm of your hands. We commit all that we are unto thee. We have come as the ancients did before us, as our ancestors did before we came, to offer praise and adoration unto your holy name and no other. For we do not worship any idol. We do not worship anything born of a human being. We do not worship anything carved out of a tree. We do not bow down before anything molded with the hands of men. It's only thee that we worship. That is why we have come this very evening on this hallowed platform that you yourself created, to offer you unadulterated praise and to hand over to thee all that we can ever become, because Biafra is yours. This very family of IPOB, you molded yourself. You decreed that IPOB must come, and now that we have come, that we may worship thee, O Elohim, please accept our offering of praise and sacrifice unto your holy name, because there is no other like thee. We will continue to adore thee. We will continue to worship thee. And as I said before, and I will reiterate, as we pray unto thee, that Biafra is your possession, we will sacrifice Biafra unto thee, that you may guide us in all that we do. It's only you that sees the hearts of men. If there is anything that we are hiding, if there is anything that we have concealed from our people, oh Elohim, you will judge us very harshly. But if our hands are clean, our hearts very pure, you will bless IPOB, and you will bless me, and you will bless my family, because it's a promise from you. All our hope and our trust is upon thee. May your name be glorified. May you be exalted. May you, O Elohim, be praised. Now and forevermore we pray. Ise, Ise, Ise.
Recognition, and they don't want money, they don't want fame. I want to let people understand the depth of evil in the heart of an evil man. I want to ask them, have you seen those who are agitating now? As a result, of course, when I met the Amazonians in America in those days, they told me, I asked them, how did you start? They said, we were listening to Radio Biafra. I'm being honest, go and ask them. It spurred us to rise up to challenge the existing colonial imperialistic orthodoxy in Cameroon by listening to us on Radio Biafra. I'm being honest with you. Now in Western Togoland, in Ghana, they are fighting for freedom because they listen to Radio Biafra. People thought that the Yorubas can never wake up, that they will never rise up to fight. But now, this breed I'm seeing now, I'm even afraid of them. They are determined to the core. And as I said to them, Tinubu will try to use it to ride to Asarok. They said over there, it can never happen. So there is no fear that tomorrow they will give it to Tinubu and he will abandon. No, people can't abandon this. It's impossible. That is to tell you, everything we tell you comes to pass. Everything I tell you comes to pass. And why would people defend something as horrible as Nigeria? Because of what I call the empire mentality from our creators, the British, who adopted, I can't understand, people that they put in power after independence adopted the rogue mentality of building an empire. They call themselves nationalists. Before the white man came, were the Yorubas at war with Biafran people? The answer is no. Were we at war with Middle Belt? The answer is no. How come after they came and left? Because they built an empire. And there is something in the brain of black people. This is something that most people don't know. Black people, no matter how primitive we are, we love our freedom. And that is why in the next 50 years, you see Africa, you will recognize it again. People are going to break into pieces. If they like, they can come back together later on. But you tell me that a white man can come from somewhere and model people up together and give you a name and you answer it. In 50 years' time, Africa will not be recognizable. People will break away. I'm telling you, people will before the white man came. And what is wrong with that? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Those idiots that call themselves nationalists, they came and acquired the British Empire mentality. Let us expand. That was why Mazi Iyke said, no, they leave Nigeria the way it is. And I don't believe in breakup, because he wants to be an emperor in an empire that he did not build. That is the truth and the fact of life. That is why, even as we preach this very gospel in the Western, they call it. Is
good afternoon,
Western
good night,
Togoland,
good evening, depending on wherever you're domiciled in the world. This is live broadcast from Radio Biafra, USA 2. My name is Mazi Iyke. We're broadcasting live this morning from Houston, Texas. All right, follow along this morning. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to have to repeat yesterday's broadcast by our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We're going to run that program till a certain point, and then we go into our conversation. So I want you, if you didn't have the opportunity yesterday, to get your pen and paper and jot down information, because listening to him without a pen and a paper is like going to the, how would I describe it? Going to the river and carrying a bucket of water, so you don't need that. What you need is empty paper and a pen, because it's very educative. It's something that I will not be able to run the entire program, otherwise we won't have enough time to have a conversation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it to a certain point, and then I'll stop it right there. So whatever you have said, let's listen to our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Chinese wee na-ekwu okwu Israel n'ụbọchị nke taa n'ihi na mba Israel bụ ihe eji ama atụ ebe niile, n'ihi na Israel bụ ala egosiri agosi. Etu a ka ụwa niile ga-esi wee were Biafra wee maa atụ si na ndị dị etu a bụ ndị a gosiri agosi. Ọ bụ ihe a ka anyị na-arịọ onye nwe m na Chineke nna dị ngọzi site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise onye nwe m na Chineke, my Lord and my God in heaven, we have come to preach this gospel. If you do not have a pen and paper handy, you're not going to learn very much, I assure you. If you want to understand this very gospel this evening that I'm about to preach, believe you me, you need a pen and a paper. This is the finest place you can gain knowledge and understanding. This is the best university in the world you can ever go to. If you are a black person and you wish to emancipate yourself, both consciously and subconsciously, you must listen to us. Because the presence of the Almighty is within us. That is why we are unblemished. Whiter than white and whiter than snow. Unblemished. And you'll be seeing it. We are the miracle children of the Most High. The whole world is against us. The British and their allies, even they have managed to convince the Americans as well. Fulani Janjaweed, and a few of them, as I speak in Yoruba land, that are still working for them. But they say that one with God is majority. And that is where we anchor our hope. We have no hope we don't have any trust in the weapons of war made by man. We understand all of that. We anchor our hope only on the mercy and the divine grace of the Almighty in heaven. Abasi, Tamono, Olisa, Benigwe, and we are going to prevail. This evening, before I go on to preach, I want to pay a very special tribute to my very good friend and brother, a man that I used to rely upon, or should I say call upon, in time of need. A man that I grew very fond of, a man that I respect, a man of unimpeachable integrity. I know people use that phrase to describe some people in the zoo called Nigeria, but this man was a very great man. Not known to very many people, but I can assure you, he was a gentleman. He was very eloquent, very fluid. He was blessed immensely. But sadly, he passed on to the world beyond a few days ago. I pay tribute to my friend Yinka Udumakin, the spokesperson of Afenifere, He was a very consistent fighter and defender of the poor and the masses. He was the conscience of Yoruba land because he never wavered, not for 1 minute. Very consistent, never wavered. I do not personally subscribe to conspiracy theories, but I find it rather very shocking that a young man who is in very fine health, who succumbed to COVID-19, as they claim, a few days after castigating Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is a murderer, a mass murderer, a killer. I hope and pray that their hand is not in it. And wherever Yinka Udumakin is, and I know that he is in heaven, I know he'll be watching on and asking us to continue what we are doing. And we can collectively assure him, or I can assure him on behalf of the noble family of IPOB all over the world, that this very quest to liberate the poor masses will continue unhindered until victory is assured, that we may dedicate it to men like him. Yinka Udumakin was a fine gentleman, a man of virtue, a man of courage, very rare courage, I must say, and valor. May his soul rest in peace. Before I came on air this evening, we received intelligence that 200 zoo soldiers were going to Nsukka in Enugu State and Ebonyi in civilian buses and an army vehicle that had machine gun mounted on top of it. I tweeted it before I came live on air. They are coming to kill. So I hope they are coming. Let me assure Biafrans this evening all over the world that if these idiots from the Sahel were to come down in their military uniform, because what they do is that they dispatch only 200, but they have Fulani Janjaweed hiding in our forests, near police barracks and police formations, or should I say army barracks and police formations. They normally give them army uniforms to come out and attack people, pretending that they're the army. Listen to this, only 200 they are sending. That means that in Onitsha barracks, in Obinze barracks at 82 Division or Hafia, there is nothing there. They think we don't know, but we know that there is nothing inside of Hafia barracks. We know that very well. Anytime they feel the need to come to support their fellow terrorists, because they are sending them to come to support those who are already on the ground, the Fulani bandits and terrorists in our forests. Only 200. And now let me ask you this question. If they had soldiers all around Biafra land, apart from those manning checkpoints, do you think they will send 200 soldiers from the north? Nigeria has no army. They think we don't know, but we know. That is why they are in a hurry to should I say, to induct terrorists into the formal security architecture of the zoo called Nigeria. These are the things that some of you do not know, or you know, or you pretend not to know. I don't know what is wrong with some of you, but I can assure you categorically, you see these 200, we are going to meet them. And you will hear the story. And I can assure you that not many of them will go back alive to the north. You see, we are in freedom fighting. And we know that in freedom fighting, there are no rules. All the gloves are off. That was why we raised the dragon flag. They don't know the meaning of it. If you don't know, go back and check what it means. No rules of engagement. They will kill us, and we are going to kill them. But in the end, we are going to win, because we are not going to stop until Biafra is liberated. We can never stop. We will continue to fight. If there is only one girl and one boy left, let them continue to sire the next generation of Biafrans. We are not. I want Britain to understand this. I want all these neo-colonialists to understand something. You see, you look at us as black people. You say, oh, Biafrans, you're surrounded, you cannot do anything. But I want to now let you all understand that 1967 to 1970 is not in this era that we live in. We are all going to die together. That is a very clear assurance. we are going to perish together. That thing you're looking for, you're going to find it. And I want to reiterate once again, I don't want to see any police checkpoint in Biafra land. If you come out, you will die. I don't want to see any police checkpoint anywhere. There are two things I don't want to see nor hear about. No checkpoint by the police or the army, and no Fulani in our land as terrorists. They can live in the township if they want to, but not in our forest. They cannot be there. They have opened the gates of hell. I cannot guarantee you that any elections will hold anymore in our land. I don't know if we are suffering from politicians. I don't know where this disease is coming from. We must cure it. I want our enemies to understand how fanatical we are about this quest to liberate Biafra from the shackles of the iniquitous zoological republic. You need to understand this very clearly. We are not going to stop. We are not going back. I don't care what you say. It doesn't matter what your report says. I don't care the countries putting it together. It is irrelevant to me. What matters is the liberation of Biafra. Therefore, if Katrina Lang has any brain in her skull, if all those idiots encouraging the zoo to continue, if they have any brain in their skull, they will say, let us allow Biafra to go with their trouble, because I can assure you, as night follows day, that Biafra must come or we all die in the process. Do you know why? Because what we are looking for is what belongs to us. I am asking for something that I had before the white man came. White man is not God. He's not God. God is in heaven. I assure you, God Almighty is in heaven, and his will must be done upon our lives. They are not God. Nobody can create a country for me. I decide where I want to belong to.
This is a repeat broadcast of yesterday, so keep listening.
A white man and a white woman. All these idiots suffering from inferiority complex. Shame on all of you. You are foolish. Useless black people, because of your stupidity. That is why Africa is being treated the way it is today, like a trash can, more or less. As Trump said, a shithole. A white man has no business creating country for me, because I, Nnamdi Kanu, as a black man, I cannot go to Europe to create a country for them. Why then should I allow a white man and a drunken white woman to come to my land to create country for me? If you accept it, you are inferior. If you accept it, you are a nigger. If you accept it, you are as stupid. In fact, you are a gorilla is better than you. A monkey is better than you. That is why they insult you abroad. That is why they kill you, because they look at you as the embodiment of stupidity. Let them come to defend one Nigeria with their 200 soldiers. What they are telling us that they don't have any soldiers. If they can bring only paltry 200 men, maybe from the Advanced Tactical Air Command in Makrodi, or maybe from Kaduna or from Bauchi, that goes to show that Nigeria has no army. And because you know that they say whom the gods want to destroy, heaven will first of all make them mad because they are foolish. Let me tell you why I know that God will destroy Nigeria beyond recognition. I will tell you why. Because they are Fulani Janjaweed, they are stupid by nature. Very hopeless, they are unthinking. The people thinking for them are the British. The reason why I told my father I must go to England to study is because I want to understand that thing, that juju they did on all of us, that made us so foolish. Now we know the medicine, and we are applying it. You see, the Fulani will come because they are very foolish. They will deploy, they don't have the army to deploy to the south, because they know that once they leave the north, believe you me, their own homegrown bandits will destroy them. They know it. They can see what is happening in Yemen, in Syria, in Afghanistan, where the same Janjaweed mentality obtains. backed up by a very misleading interpretation of the Quran. That is the reason why they're sending only 200. If they had an army to send, they would send a battalion. They will send a full brigade. But they do not have the soldiers to fight. This is one thing that Nigerians don't understand. They do not have it. We outnumber them by over 100,000 to 1. That is something people don't understand. We outnumber these people. They don't have the soldiers to keep everybody quiet at the same time. That is why they employ the media, they employ the fulefus, they employ the saboteurs to drive fear into you. They do not have the army to fight. Nigeria doesn't have the army. That is why they are begging Chad, ordinary Chad, one of the poorest countries in the world. That is why they are begging Niger, one of the poorest countries in the world, to come and help them to fight a so-called giant. That tells you they do not have soldiers to fight. We are the ones holding ourselves. The people now holding us down are those from the Middle Belt. If the Middle Belt people have decided to be Fulani slaves, they must come out and say it. We are conquered people. From now onwards, we are slaves. Oduduwa have indicated their willingness to be free. So have we Biafrans. Middle Belt are the people now saying they are happy to be Fulani slaves. If they are happy to be Fulani slaves, then let them come out and tell us. Right now, immediately. We outnumber their army. You know, sometimes in war, you need to think. When your enemy makes a move, you calculate it, you analyze it, it tells you a lot that they may not be willing to come out to say in the open. For them to send only 200 bushmeat down to Biafra land means that they don't have any army. We are the only people they are afraid of, with all due respect to everybody else. The only people that the zoo are afraid of are Biafran people. No other person. Others can go out and protest and do rally and do it. They won't talk. They know that the only people capable of forcing through this agenda of dismemberment of the Zoological Republic are we Biafrans. They know it very well. The advisors, they tell them every day how determined we are. We are the ones holding ourselves. So what I mean by that is the fulefus. You're talking about our state, talking about Nigeria, talking about football. You people are fools. Fulani is playing with you. I asked you a while ago, Nigeria has a female soccer team. Yes, Nigeria female soccer team. Do you see any Muslim girl there playing for Nigeria? But it's Nigeria soccer team. They want to cover themselves. You know, when we teach you about value system and the reason why or the need why people who are willing or able to come together to form a nation must have a common value system, you don't understand it because they don't teach you these things in universities. You go to school, you come out even more moronic than you went to school in the first place. You have Nigeria female football team. Is there any Muslim girl they are playing for you? But it's Nigeria. And they're the ones benefiting from the zoo more than anybody else. Now, if those people they are sending to come down to our land, those 200 soldiers are there to kill their own fellow Fulani heads, but we know they cannot. Have you ever asked yourself, why is it that we know the forest where Fulani headsmen are camped? We know when they are coming to villages to attack. Have you ever asked yourself, a Fulani headsman of over, say, 80 people going into a village to murder people? They are retreating. There are police stations along the way. Have you ever asked, have you zoo people, zoo animals, Nigerians, have you ever asked yourself, why is it difficult for the police or the army to give chase after Fulani bandits and killers, after they must have sacked a village? Why are they not doing it? I don't, sometimes they said God made man in his own image. In other words, giving us the ability to be able to reason and to discern. And I'm asking you this evening, for those who are listening to me, I'm asking you, have you ever actually sat down? It's not difficult. I'm not asking you to do a very difficult analysis of a complex situation or an equation. First, ask yourself, this village has been attacked by Fulani. That village, why don't they deploy helicopter gunships to go and look for them? Why is it? Have you ever heard before that after an attack on a village by Fulani headsmen, that the police gave them chase or the army? Have you ever heard that before? Simple question. I'm putting this question to all the chief justices and judges of all the Biafran states. Those of you holding Biafrans, sending them to Abuja to be killed by a Fulani Janjaweed. I'm asking you a simple question. All these years you've been hearing about Fulani headsmen attack in this village, in that village. I am asking you. Every time I am asking you, all the time. Every time you hear about all these things, have you ever heard that 82 Division Enugu are now chasing those headsmen that came to Zowan and killed people? Have you ever heard, after the massacre in Bende, that somehow Ohafia mobilized, or Obi is mobilized? Have you ever heard that headsmen are being pursued by the army or the police after an attack on a village? It's a simple question. Any day you can get your brain around this. Any day, believe me, any day you sit down and you think about what I've just said now, you will hate Nigeria more than I hate Nigeria. A land brimming with hypocrites, unrepentant hypocrites, evil people. Army are busy attacking villagers, defending themselves. None of you can reason. None of you can think and ask yourself, but so that what it means is that all these people, Fulani killers, that what they are doing is legitimate. That's what you're saying by your silence. That's what it means. That is why when I read Zoo newspapers, when I read their commentators or people talking about Nigeria, I laugh at them. Do you know why I laugh at them? Because they are very, very foolish. I have never heard before that the army attacked any camp run by bandits. I have never heard that. I have never heard that helicopter gunships went looking for Fulani terrorists. Never, ever before. Maybe against Boko Haram, because Boko Haram is killing them. That's all. Now ask yourself why that is the case. Any day you answer that question, believe you me, you will despise the zoo more than I do. These are the things you need to understand. These are the things that you need to know about your stupid one Nigeria. That is why I keep saying, when I see somebody talk, I'm a Nigerian, one Nigeria, believe you me, you are beneath an animal. You are the greatest fool. I can't even stand you. Because you're foolish. Irredeemably foolish. I'm asking you a simple question. Have you ever heard before that Fulani, have you ever heard before that after the attack at Ozo-Wane, after the attack on Ebonyi villages, did you hear that the army are now chasing those people that came and killed innocent people? The answer is no. All you do is you lament, you can sit down. When we formed ESN to stop such rubbish, or some of you idiots were complaining, then you never blame the Fulani for coming to kill your people. No, you won't blame them. Look at Dave Umahi. Talking like a fool. Talking like a fool. Dave Umahi, talking like an idiot. He came out, he said, oh, I love you, Fulani. I'm in love with you. Now you have killed my people. I was protecting you. One phone call, the idiot changed his mind and started singing a different tune altogether. They are your so-called leaders. Are these the leaders you will go to war with? Are they going to defend you when the Fulani come killing you? Or when they will come to your village? They are killing us anyway. When they now enter your are you trusting these idiots to defend you? You call your governors? I'm asking you a simple question. Do you trust them to defend you? The answer is no. There was an attack at Eleme. Fulani came and killed our mothers. Our mothers were protesting at Eleme. In broad daylight. We went and found the vigilante in the township, to Mount Roadblock in the township. These are your leaders, yes? These are the so-called leaders that you have. Shame on all of you. And shame on your ignorance. Let them bring the 200 men. Come now, we are waiting. You think we are running away? Bring them now, bring the 200. Is it not the same AK-47 you have that we have? The same thing now that you have, isn't it? Come now, let us see. We are waiting for you, come. How far, Tansuka? Come now, we are waiting. Ndara. When Danjuma was saying it, some of you were just, some of you read newspapers, you do nothing with it. No wonder, after traveling abroad like Obasanjo, studying engineering, you come back, you can't even build ordinary road to your Otta farm, you cannot build it yourself. You have to go and bring Julius Berger from Germany. Now I understand the reason why. Because we black people, we study, we read, we take nothing away from that thing we have read. That is why sometimes, maybe even the delay in the book that I'm writing, sometimes I think that we'll even understand what I'm writing about. We'll even have time to read it. All of you were there, you read newspapers, including everybody, you read the paper. What did the paper report? A former defense minister, the man, T.Y. Danjuma, that killed Ironsi, a Biafran, a Fulani slave, a conk Fulani, a servant of the Fulani Caliphate. He owns over 5 oil wells. A proper Nigerian, because as a Nigerian, you have to own oil well, you have to support evil, you have to hate Biafran people. Once you do all of that, you're now a Nigerian. Who doesn't know T.Y. Danjuma? I repeat, who does not know T.Y. Danjuma? A Fulani slave, and what did he say? If you will not listen to Nnamdi Kanu, don't listen to Radio Biafra, don't listen to IPOB, don't listen to anybody agitating for freedom. Let us listen to a one Nigerian is what he had to say. It's out there in the public domain, but black people, we just read it. This is what Danjuma said, and you just go to bed. You don't act on that thing you have learned. What did Danjuma say? I'm saying this in connection with these 200 people coming down from the zoo north. I'm saying it because of the complicity of 82 Division on Hafia Barracks, Obinze Barracks, Onitsha Barracks. What they specialize in is abducting Biafrans. That's all they do. When serious crime is being committed within their vicinity by Fulani people, they do nothing. Instead, the Fulani will go and commit atrocities and run into the barracks. And one day we'll chase them into their barracks. Can I just repeat what I've just said? One day we are going to pursue them into either Obinze Barracks or Hafia Barracks or Onitsha. Anywhere they run to, we'll pursue them there. And that day, I want you to remember the broadcast tonight that I said it. Nigerian army harboring Fulani terrorists in our land. One day you will get it hot from us. I will tell you what Danjuma said. Danjuma said, the armed forces of Nigeria are not neutral. Do you know what it's meaning me? This was the submission. This was the submission that Danjuma made to British government, to Britain. This was I don't know, why is this thing jumping? Why are they putting me back on old program? What is going on? What is going on? Zoo people, are you tampering with my broadcast or what? What is happening? What is happening? People are tampering with zoo people. They're all over the place. What did that read it for you? The armed forces of Nigeria are not neutral. What it means is that the armed forces of Nigeria are working for Fulani interest. Because maybe sometimes when we read this grammar, all this grammar, some of us don't understand what it means. I will break it down for you. The armed forces of Nigeria are not neutral, which means you see your soldier, our boys, our soldiers, they are working for Fulani interest. They collude with armed bandits. A former defense minister, somebody who fought against Biafra, somebody that has 5 oil wells. In other words, it is in his interest for Nigeria to continue. What is he saying? He is saying that your so-called Nigerian armed forces are supporting Fulani terrorists. Those that came to us wanted to kill us. That was why the army did not respond. Those that went to kill us, that was why the army and police never responded. Instead, they will come and try to stop us from exacting revenge against these people. And when Danjuma said this thing and it was widely published and reported, where did your brain go to? I'm asking all of you, where did your brain, your skull, where did it go to? Does it mean he didn't quite understand what was happening or what? Danjuma said that the reason why, let me repeat, the reason why Fulani bandits are everywhere killing people is because Nigeria army is with them, working with them and supporting them. Do you know the funniest thing? This submission was made to United Kingdom government by Danjuma. Is Danjuma a Biafran? Danjuma was the man that killed Ironsi. Nobody can accuse him of loving Biafra or IPOB or having any, should I say, secessionist tendencies. And this particular submission was adopted by the Special Parliamentary Group in the UK Parliament. Both some members of the House of Lords and members of the House of Commons, they adopted this. It was in their report. You know what is paining me? Katrina Lang saw all of this. They saw all of these things. They have seen it. They have seen all of these things. They know very well what is happening. Britain knows that Nigeria army that they're helping is supporting terrorists. According to Danjuma, do you know what they do? The army help the terrorists to kill people. They kill Nigerians. That is what Danjuma said. They facilitate their movements. In other words, the army are the people telling the terrorists we have to go to zone 1. If the call will not respond, go there and attack them. That is why they have Fulani police commissioners, Fulani commandant. In every army barracks you have Fulani. In every police station there is Fulani. Why do you think they are doing it? Why? I'm asking you. Do you have brain at all in your skull? Where did your brain go to all of? I'm asking you a simple question. Do you have brain at all in your skull? Do you have brain at all? Simple question I'm asking all of you. The Nigerian army, according to Danjuma, a former defense minister and a general, a major general, in fact, a general, full general, they facilitate the movement of the terrorist Nigerian army. They cover them. If you depend on armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die one by one. We ignored this warning. That was the reason why they came to Ozo 1. They have killed there 4 times. They came to Ebonyi. Every day they are attacking Ebonyi and killing villagers. And you know the funniest thing, Britain knows all of this. And on top of that, they are lying. I have never seen the United States before send any fact-finding mission, or Britain for that matter, to say, go and ascertain if what people are saying is correct. That is the reason why I believe that there is a conspiracy against black people. If we cannot get them with HIV/AIDS, we get them with Lassa fever. If Lassa fever cannot kill them, we get them with COVID-19. If COVID-19 cannot kill them, then we support dictators in the continent of Africa to be killing their citizens, and we will not talk. That's what they're doing. This is another strategy at population reduction. Britain is using the Fulani to reduce the population of indigenous people because it is win-win for them. The less black people you have in the world is better for Britain. It's better for them. That's what they want. Have you not seen that video? If you want that, there's a video, you will be in shock. They said they want to reduce world population by 3 billion, and from Africa mostly. So if COVID cannot kill them, HIV/AIDS cannot kill them, Ebola cannot kill them, Lassa fever cannot kill them, and malaria cannot kill them, then let us sponsor people like Fulani people think them. Is gain for us. Some of you don't know this, and that is what I'm telling you this evening. That is why we are taking our time to educate all of you, that you may understand. Why have you ever heard? Look at Fulani in Yoruba forest killing people. Have you ever heard that after an attack on a village, that the army and the police went out with their hillocks in pursuit of Fulani? Never. If that has never happened, then ask yourself this question: why is it that the army never pursue Fulani killers after an attack on a village? Then you will understand why they have how Fulani police commissioners and Fulani commandant, army barracks, commandants all over the place. They planned this thing very well. Their main advisors are the British. Britain does not want Africa to develop. Britain has no, forget all that stupid nonsensical grants. They give them grants and loan and aid. Rubbish, pure rubbish. They don't want you to develop. That's why they support idiots and fools in power. That is the reason why they issued the nonsensical Lekki report on the shooting. And there was something that Frederick Douglass said. I'm quoting this thing for Britain so they understand. Britain, you know how stubborn we are. We Biafran people, you know how stubborn. Igbo people, you acknowledged many years ago that there are 3 races you are not able to subdue. The Irish, the Igbo people, and the Kikuyus of Kenya. You said it with your own mouth. These are the 3 tribes you could not subdue. You said it yourself. That is how we are born. In our bones is the yearning for freedom. We are born free. We are free people from before the Isles of Britain were formed by tectonic forces. Before the island of Britain started drifting away from Europe. Before the English Channel existed. The ancient people occupied the present day Biafra land. They believed in freedom. That is why we are the only people that answer autonomous community anywhere in the world. The reason being that we don't want to be under anybody we don't want to be under. Forget what happened after the war. All the Oabia seekers and their generation that you groomed to be telling us rubbish every day. Our eyes are now very much open. You can no longer deceive us. Never. Where justice is denied, where poverty is enforced, where ignorance prevails, as in the case of the zoo. They are telling that the army is supporting the Fulani people. You are there, our army, our soldier, our police, idiotically talking rubbish every day. Where ignorance prevails, as it is in the zoo called Nigeria, where any one class is made to feel that society is an organized conspiracy to oppress them, rob and degrade, neither persons nor properties will be safe. That is what I want Britain and their lapdog Fulani to understand. And all of you idiots answering Nigerians, you are all fools. I will say it, in fact, I say it to your faces anyway. What can you do? All the Nigerian fools, all the idiots that answer Nigeria, the idiots who didn't go to school, because if you are learned, I swear you cannot answer in Nigeria. You cannot. I want to let all of you understand this. There will be no peace. None whatsoever until Biafra is free. There will be no peace. I guarantee you that. None whatsoever. You people don't like a gentle approach. You don't like people doing things in a very gentle manner. I know you don't like it. And let me tell you where we are all going to end up. All of us are going to die. Everybody will perish. Since that is what you want. Since that is what, if we know it is the oil and gas that you want, come out and say we need oil and gas. We will separate because Fulani does nothing, they produce nothing, they add nothing to the economy. Absolutely nothing. Only banditry and terrorism, if you consider those 2 elements as a viable economic undertaking. Do you understand? Did you see that? You know, there was a picture published by Chinasa and a few other people. I saw it circulating where Catherine Lang assembled the so-called stakeholders in the zoo. Them and I think the French assembled them, telling them about one Nigeria. Do you know when I saw this picture earlier today, I wish somebody can put it on this page on Facebook where I'm broadcasting, or maybe on Instagram, even on Twitter as well. When I saw that picture, I was shocked. It reminded me of in fact, this picture confirms that Nigeria has come to an end, because before anything comes to an end, it must travel a full circle, or should I say cycle. It must perform 360 degrees loop. This was how the white man and white women came to Nigeria and was assembling all of you like idiots, telling you why you should be in one Nigeria, why they have created Nigeria for you. The same thing that Lugard and Shaw did is what Catherine Lang is now doing, which means Nigeria has come to an end. The full cycle has been attained. The same way they started is how they are ending. They are begging, oh, please come, be one Nigeria. All of you must be together. Why are you begging me? Catherine Lang, why is the British begging me to be part of Nigeria? Why? If they're not gaining anything, why? I ask you. Where we come from, there's something we say. I don't want. You're carrying me on the back and my leg is almost on the floor. Scratching and bruised. Please drop me. I don't want it. Britain is pretentious. You pretend you care, but you don't care. You are evil and you're wicked. You pretend. Why are you calling this meeting? Because by all of you being on this table, all these monkeys I can see here, by all of these fools being on this table, it means that the oil and gas will keep on flowing for free. But some of you are too foolish and too idiotic to understand it, because you are zoo animals. You are Nigerians. Your brains do not function properly. None of you is properly educated. I don't give a damn how many awards you may have won abroad. Pure rubbish. I don't give a toss how good your command of English language is. Pure crap and rubbish. You cannot reason. Let me ask you a simple question. Where else in the world can an ambassador gather the stakeholders in that country, lecturing them on how to run their country? Where else? You people are the ones degrading and demeaning Africa. You idiots here, useless fools. Look at them with a little white woman. Black people in this UG. God forbid. God forbid you people. As the person wrote, they can see that the center can no longer hold. That is why Britain is now publicly controlling Nigeria. Public. They're taking over the army. They're the ones now advising. But where God is punishing them is that they cannot bring white soldiers and put them on the ground in Nigeria. They cannot do it. So they're still relying on Fulani Janjaweed. They're still relying on you fools. They're using hunger to entice you to enroll or to enlist into the army. They know what they are doing. Because you are black, because you're foolish, you cannot understand that these people are toying with you. How many times has any ambassador in Britain called a meeting of British stakeholders to tell them how to run their country? Or to ask Scotland not to leave the UK? These UG black people, when will you ever reason? When will I don't know what if what is killing me is the ignorance. When I consider the ignorance of a black man and my brain wants to explode, I'm asking you a simple question. All these idiots here sitting down, some will claim they have PhD. Why are you listening to a little white woman from England? Don't you have shame? You have no shame? They want you to be in one Nigeria, so they can have unrestricted access to oil and gas. That is all. Not that they love you. Because if they love you, if they are genuine, they would have stood up to say that what happened at Lekki was wrong. The army killing innocent people is wrong. Army abducting people is wrong. Kalamad report must be investigated. Amnesty report on the massacre of Biafrans should be investigated. Zaki Biam should be investigated. Or the massacre should be investigated. The persecution of Shia Muslims should be investigated. They will never do any of those things. It's only about oil and gas. And you, being the black fools that you are, this UG black, at least I give them one thing. Before white people come out to cast aspersions, they must have seen something in you. And I keep asking you this. The same way that blacks are insulted all over the world, is it how Asians are insulted? Or should I say Africans? Let me not use the word black. Is it how they are insulted? We are being insulted because we deserve it. We are useless. Let us be honest. We are useless. If we are not useless, why is it that a population of 200 million people, you cannot stand up and ask yourself, why is it after every bandit attack on a village, the army can never locate them? Why? Why is it that this little white woman, Catherine Lang, is the one presiding over a meeting telling you how to keep your country one? Does it mean that your brain cells are not working? We are telling them, you cannot keep us together by force. I want to analyze something that a very intelligent, brilliant Yoruba man wrote. Francis Ojo, or Ojo, I don't know how to pronounce it. Ojo, I think it is. Not Ojo, Ojo. Francis Ojo. He wrote, I'm going to analyze what he wrote here. And I want everybody this evening, after this very program this evening, to go back to understand, to study this program, to listen to it over and over again, to understand how foolish and idiotic black people are, truly are. How Fulani took over all of you. Francis Ojo wrote. I love this piece. In fact, after this program, I want it everywhere. I want every blogging site to carry it. I want every newspaper in the zoo to carry it, so that you can see for yourselves how idiotic and stupid all of you are. You useless Nigerians. I want you to understand how foolish you are. In front of you, Fulani did not go to school. Only with cattle they are controlling all of you. Only cattle they control you. They say it's stop them. It is what they are saying is not good. It is hate speech. They call what I say hate speech, but what they have is hate action. Francis Ojo, thank you very much. I want to analyze what you wrote. Now listen. The strategy of the British, not Fulani, the strategy of the British in Nigeria is foolproof. Yet every project they undertake invites its own risk. I'm analyzing what somebody else wrote. I will continue. The master strategist is a master risk evaluator, but the people advising the Fulani on what to do, they are not master strategists. They made a very fatal mistake, and because I did with Janjaweed and then Achinama. What do you expect? It is clear that those who conceived this project designed it in its key elements and planned its implementation. However, they failed to factor in risk management into the equation. And this is Francis Ojo's evaluation of the project design and plans to hand over Nigeria to Fulani nations of Africa. Nigeria is going to be the homeland of Fulani people. Some of you are sleeping. You are idiotically going through life every day in the zoo, not understanding what is going on, not understanding what is happening. But today I am going to enlighten you, courtesy of this, our brother that wrote this very compelling piece. What is their plan? Before they can bring in every Fulani to settle in Nigeria.
This is a repeat broadcast of 4th of April.
Secondly, they will seize your wealth and they will enslave you. They will take full control of your political power. They will take every arm. They want all the guns and bullets to be under their control. And they will deny everybody else any form of access to weapons. They will take control of every major income organ of the government. They will deny everybody else access to funds, and I'll prove it to you tonight. Finally, they will move in and take over your land and your forests. That is what has been happening in the zoo since 2015. And I want to prove it to you tonight. I want to prove it to you tonight. I will prove it to you tonight, so that you may understand what life has in store for all of you in the damnable zoological republic. Thanks to our brother. What did he say here? This is their design. They will dominate you. And for Britain to give Fulani exclusive control to dominate everybody else, they started very cleverly. What they did to IPOB when we started as well, they said that the Igbo man is domineering. You understand? Britain cleverly designed that with their Fulani counterparts. Unfortunately, some Yorubas fell for it shamefully. You know why Igbo man is domineering? As they were telling you Igbo man is domineering, they went behind the back and we are grooming Fulani to dominate you. Do you understand it? Now, they say Igbo man is domineering. And I want mention for me how many people in the so-called stupidly named Niger Delta has oil well. Every oil well is owned 90% by Fulani. But before they were telling you Igbo man is coming to dominate you, reason, Chineke, how black people, this OG, can you reason for once? I'm begging you to reason. Only once, please. Igbo man is domineering, but the Fulani owns all the oil wells. That's number one. They will seize your wealth. They have taken over everything. They have shared it. Britain can take oil and gas for free. They don't care as long as Fulani controls everybody, everything else, and they will enslave you. What do you understand as slavery? Oh, you think, until you go and start washing plates for them in the north, then you are not their slave. Let me give you a very simple example. Before Obiano was re-elected, he took off his red cap to beg Jubril to put him back into power. Do you know what is slavery? Slavery is Imo State. They Saraki Fulani. Before your eyes, they claimed he's doing democracy. Do I speak this thing in Igbo language so people can understand me? Koro, before your eyes. Hope Uzodinma was not declared the winner, not the number one, not number two, not number three. He came fourth in an election. Before all of your eyes, in front of the American Embassy and British High Commission, Supreme Court of Nigeria declared Hope Uzodinma the winner. Let me tell you something. That was from that day, I've no longer talked about fake Buhari in Nassau Council, because that was the day I knew, believe you me, that the white man was right. There is something wrong with black people. I'm telling you the truth. Something is wrong with us. He came number 4. He was the 4th on the list after the contest in Imo State. They went to Supreme Court, full of learned people, wearing horse wig, learned, black people without shame. When you look at them, you are looking at Satan and Lucifer. You see, as ugly as anything you have ever seen in your life. Go and look at their faces, the so-called Supreme Court judges in Nigeria. As ugly as hell. Very ugly men and women. They embody everything that is evil about black people. Do you know what they did? They gave the vote to Uzodinma. Supreme Court in a court of law. Supreme Court. They asked them, but how did he win? They said they did not tally his votes very well. INEC said about 950,000 people are registered voters. How come your own tally is almost over 1 million? Where did you get it from? They shut up there. We are the apex court, Supreme Court. INEC said, no, sir. Don't be offended. The total number of voters in Imo State is less than what you are giving Hope Uzodinma. They said, we are the apex court. We cannot revisit Taiwo versus Akredolu versus 1945. Supreme Court of Nigeria. Simple question. This is INEC register. The people set up by law to conduct elections. They said that about 900,000 people are on our register as registered voters in Imo State. But you are now calculating for us, telling us there's nearly 1 million voters in Imo State. Are you working for INEC? Which register is that? They said, oh, we have our own list, a list given to them by APC, Fulani Janjaweed Party. That is slavery. They impose upon you whoever they want to impose on you. You are nobody. You can't do nothing. That is the meaning of slavery if you don't know. Hope Uzodinma signifies slavery and damnation upon our people. If you don't know, let me tell you. All your education is a waste. All that crap, speaking useless grammar, talking complete waste. You are a slave. You ask me how. Then I'll ask you to look at Imo State, Douglas House. How can somebody who came fourth, not even second, not third, emerge as the governor of a state? Where did Supreme Court get their own voters register from? INEC testified and said to the court, you have higher number of voters than we have on voters register. Where did you get it from? From APC government. And you claim you're a Nigerian. Yeah, I mean, we're Nigerians. Mad people everywhere. Your brain cells are, every Nigerian is a lunatic. Is a complete mad idiot. Every Nigerian is. Complete fool. Complete fool. I despise them. Complete idiots from top to bottom. Today, Hope Sadema is sitting at Sambako's chair. A sacrilege, if you ask me. Presiding over the affairs of Imo State. From number four. Supreme Court of Nigeria. Apex Court. Apex. Hi, black people on this UG. Now you know you're slaves in the zoo. Now they're telling you, if you don't join APC, you cannot win. Because they know they are waiting for you. I never write the result, and that's it. Only in Edo State where people were shouting, and America for once, I don't know what possessed them, said if you rig elections in Edo, no visa for you to US. They now sat back and Obaseki won. That's all. If not, it's back as usual. If at all he has won. Now listen very carefully. They will enslave you. They will take full control of political power. Every armed forces is under their control. And they would remember that it was when we formed ESN with our own AK-47 that they now said, if you see anybody with AK-47, shoot the person aside. But all the years, Fulani has been carrying guns. Nobody has ever shot them all. But when we rose up to defend ourselves, they said, go and shoot them. Some just are writing, is it legal? Those asking me if ESN is legal, are you telling me that the killing of our people by Fulani Janjaweed, that's also one, and they are legal? Are they legal acts? You're asking me to wait for police to investigate. The same police that Danjuma told you are colluding with them. The same army colluding with them. Don't you have brain in your skull? They have taken over political power. They own INEC. INEC will have resort now. All arms are under their control. And they will deny everybody access to arms. And they will move in to take over your space. That is why Yoruba people are in Benin Republic as refugees. Your papers won't report it in the zoo, but it's true. That's why I'm asking fact check AFP. Why have they not done fact check on what I'm saying? Do we have Yoruba people as refugees in Benin Republic or not? Simple yes or no answer. But there are some Yoruba people shouting, one Nigeria. We Nigerians. The same Nigeria that put their brethren, you know, we black people, we lack empathy, we have no soul, we have no, we are the embodiment of evil. Very wicked set of people. And black people are wicked. The definition of wickedness you find in a black man, very, very envious, evil, and wicked. I'm telling you the truth. You have Yoruba people in Benin Republic as refugees. A Yoruba editor is writing in Lagos, we Nigerians, we are in one Nigeria. Let's keep Nigeria one. The same Nigeria that put you in Benin Republic as a refugee. And yet you're not fighting a war because Fulani wants to take over your land. Now, our dear brother Francis Ojo now went further to, he put it in phases, phase 1, phase 2, how they did it. Phase 1, Fulani took over all the 3 organs of government. Classic pincer movement. Today, according to our dear brother, all 3 arms of government. You know what is the executive? That's the presidency. The legislature, which is House of whatever they call it, Senate and the House of Reps. The chief of staff, the President of the Senate, Chief Justice of the Federation, Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, even the Speaker of the House of Reps. He was a Muslim, converted to Christianity. When he wanted to be the Speaker of the House of Representatives, he went back to, he became a Muslim again. That is slavery. Before he became the Speaker of the House, he reconverted from Christianity to Islam. And you say you're not slaves in the zoo. Unbelievable. The Chief Justice of the Federation, Janjaweed. And you know, whoever controls political power controls everything. That is when I hear people saying, you know, those some people saying, invest at home. Take your investments home. The person who determines if your investment will get home or not are those in Abuja controlling the power. You can decide to relocate your factory from Abuja to Hitoboma. And on the way, near before you get to Hamufu, customs will park you on one side and say that your brake light is not showing very well. We're going to the station. They will go to the station, they will tell our guy who is a Fulani Janjaweed. Or God DPO, this man wants to go and build factory in Hitoboma. He will say, park him inside the yard. We are waiting for Abuja for clearance. It will decay there because they hold political power. That's something you don't know, do you? How did Obasanjo destroy stock market? Our stockfish market in Aba. How did they destroy our market? Second-hand clothing, textile in Aba. One stroke of the pen in Lagos, all destroyed completely overnight. Political power, you'll be talking about what that nonsense? Economic fund for Igbo. Mad people everywhere. The person holding the pen is holding your destiny. You dumbos, you don't have nothing in your brain. PhD, we are learned, we the elite. Whoever controls political power controls everything. That is why the Fulani will tell you that the Yoruba, they have the economy, the Igbos, they have the petty trading, and then they have nothing else. If you take away government from us, we have nothing else because Britain told them. Britain, first of all, armed the Fulani, gave them the military. That's number one. They control the guns and they control the signature of power. All of you are slaves. Doesn't matter what you say. That is phase. That one is phase 1. I'm coming to phase 2. That is their plan. This is how they plan to take over your lives, to render you inconsequential and useless. Whereas using Yoruba papers, Punch, all this Yoruba paper, Tribune, to be massaging you, our Nigeria, our country, the first Nigerian to win Grammy Award, the first Nigerian to win Oscar. If a Nigerian has run 100 meters to be massaging your foolishness and your idiocy while following an own engine, going underground and moving into your villages. Phase 2 of your ignorance. Phase 2 of your ignorance. Listen, we have given you phase 1. This is phase. I'm going to publish this. This is a lesson. This should be studied in every university. It's a lesson. How Fulani conquered all of you. In broad daylight, Koro conquered you and took over your land. Who knows you? Mad people. Fulani took over your land. Who talk about cattle? Came to, we are not Biafra. We are Portuguese. We are South. We are Niger Delta. Do you own any oil well? The answer is no. You fools. Because Britain understands that if you join Biafra, they can no longer have free access to your oil and your gas fields. Idiot, understand it. It's common sense. Divided you fall. Phase 2. they moved to put all arms, gun. That's all. Arms means gun and bullet. Fulani moved to put every gun and bullet under Fulani control. How did they do it? You ask. Our brother told us how they did it. This evening I will tell you how they managed to do it. In very simple arithmetic. Chief of Army Staff, Fulani. Chief of Naval Staff, Fulani. Which means that the head of the army of the whole of Nigeria is a Fulani man. Mind the president is Fulani. Also, the speak. It's Fulani presidency because Buhari is long dead. Well, I'll come into that this year. Chief of Army Staff, the controller of, because when I say Chief of Army Staff, some of you may, because they no longer teach you anything in your schools, you may not understand what it means. Chief of Army Staff means the man, that controls the army. It's Fulani. Chief of Naval Staff, you know those that wear white in the desert, those morons, they wear white in the, somebody from somewhere where there is no water, from an arid desert is the Chief of Naval Staff, dealing with water. Or should I say armaments on top of water? Chief of Naval Staff is Fulani. IG of police, the overall of police. You see those police you see, their controller is Fulani. The Director General of DSS, those ones that kidnap people at night in the name of state security. Is Fulani, DSS is Fulani. The National Security Advisor, the one that will tell the presidency where to take troops to inside Nigeria, is Fulani. Hi, and you all of you come, you went to school, Nigerians. I've graduated now. I read law. I read agric engineering. I want to do my youth service. Now I know that your brain cells are not complete. Now listen. National Security Advisor, Fulani. Minister of Defense, Fulani. These are the people that control arms and decide where troops go. Commander of NSCDC. I think it's Civil Defense, Fulani. Chairman of NDLEA, Drugs Agency, Fulani. Not minding that Fulani people take more tramadol than anybody else. All intelligence services, military and civilian, are all Fulani. Now, tell me the definition of domination. Those of you that claim you're from South Nigeria, all that rubbish. Now, define domination for me. Define it. Ndinzuzu. People without brain, define domination for me. Ndiara. It's not, oh, you think I've finished? No, I've not finished though. Everybody you see carrying gun in Nigeria, the Ogapata is Fulani. So, in other words, you will have to rely on a Fulani man to give you order to pursue a Fulani terrorist killing your mother in the village. And the order will never come. Are you understanding it? We are just bringing down the kingdom of heaven to come down to this earth, to the land of Biafra. The land of the rising sun, the oldest place, the center of the whole world. 0 longitude and 0 latitude. Where Elohim planted the first living being, the oldest language in the world. Bar none. Unashamedly, I proclaim it. If you have any contrary opinion, you bring it to the table. With facts and figures. Now listen to me very carefully, please. I have not finished. The director of NIA, National Intelligence Agency, Fulani. The director of Military Intelligence, Fulani. The director of Naval Intelligence, Fulani. The director of Air Force Intelligence, Fulani. Immigration, Fulani. Prisons, Fulani, and the list is endless. And you are in Nigeria. A Igbo man will dominate you. Hey, believe a warrior. You believe a warrior. Gospel of heaven. Are they going to disprove it? There's a hate speech. are you telling me that the heads of all these ministries, all these arms-bearing ministries are false? They are no longer Fulani, is that what you're saying? Now listen. Those who have command of arms in a country are masters of the state and have in their power to make whatever changes they please. They have the government in Asarok, they have army, they have air force, they have police, they have immigration, they have customs, they have intelligence agencies. Everywhere is them, police, everything is full of Janjaweed. They decide who lives and who dies. They decide who to proscribe and who to leave. Do you know why they have not proscribed or do the agitation? Because they don't want to pour fuel into the fire. They are very crafty. Britain told them, oh no, don't touch them, don't touch Yoruba. Focus on Biafra. You cannot fight war on two fronts. Very simple, very clever. So among your Oduduwa brothers can agitate in the open, no problem. Nobody will open fire on them. Oh dear. Every organ licensed to bear arms in Nigeria, their Ogapata is Fulani. We continue our gospel. Nigerians must surrender their arms except Fulani headsmen. Still not fully comfortable with the capacity of other Nigerians to offer resistance after we launched our ESN. Warriors of God. ESN, warriors of God, I'm telling you. Eastern Security Network. They never said anything about banning everybody once we launched ESN. And I would do the work, brethren, they rose up as well to say enough is enough. They made the announcement. Nigeria police that previously never saw any AK-47 and never challenged them openly. I challenged the Nigerian police and Nigerian army to tell me where they engaged Fulani terrorists in the forest before. In the whole of Nigeria, where? In Kaduna. Instead of fighting them, El Rufai was giving them money. Nigerian army was ferrying weapons to them. PhD holders, learned, we the elite, learned people in Nigeria. Name one single instance or incident where Nigerian army or police engaged rampaging Fulani headsmen. Name one location. And how many Fulani attacks have we had in the past 5 years? Over 1,000. Not one single police or army response or confrontation with these murderers from the Sahel.
One more time, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. This is Radio Biafra, USA 2. We're listening to a broadcast by our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This broadcast came in yesterday, April the 4th. And I am going to keep on this morning, and we're still going to go into our regular conversation. Looking at my time, I see that we have 1 hour to go into our conversations, and I need to remind you that the numbers on the WhatsApp line have changed, and the new numbers, I announced them yesterday, and I'm going to announce them again this morning. The numbers for the WhatsApp line is 845-344-7984. 845-344-7984. We're going to talk a lot more about the broadcast that you just made, which is very interesting because tell me what you picked up on the conversation on the broadcast that our leader did. What I picked up me personally, regardless of everything that is said, to put it in a nutshell, I would say there will be no peace until Biafra is free. That's it. They will never have peace. That peace, they will never find it as long as we are concerned. Thank God for our ESN. ESN is here to stay, and there is nothing anybody can do to stop it. They are here to stay. All you need to do is the support. That's what we talk about. Support our ESN, because there are the people that will stay out there voluntarily, making sure that we go to bed and sleep at night. Want to make donations? Go to www.ipobinusa. It's one word. ipobinusa.org/donate. That way you can put in the money, goes straight to them, and go to the upkeeping of our group. So let's stay. The numbers for you to call me is one more time. Let me repeat those numbers again: 646-920-4541. Then the WhatsApp line is 845-344-7984. We also have a line for the principal officers. The ladies, they can use any of the lines anyway, including 929-406-9953. Let's go into our conversation, but please, we have only 1 hour to go on the program, so don't overstay. 5 minutes, 2 minutes, even 2-3 minutes. Just say what you want to say and let others come in.
Ebusizienu ndami umu wajana tonyuta brother mo Nebuge meno Onugi no meloti akuko tike na rife nitofe Eastern Security jisienu ike nolu Ndene Biafra jisienu ike nolu.
I'm looking at my dashboard. I'm seeing that I'm still streaming, but it says buffering, but whatever. If you can't hear me, let me know. Inbox me. If you're listening to me out here, my earpiece, everything sounds okay. Right. So I assume that I am out there with you.
Anobugini kaina nuzi, dami hanono so. Obugini kaina nuzi, dami hanono so. Obugini kana kozi fene, dami hanono so.
All right, I have a call coming in on WhatsApp. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Thank you, Mazi Iyke.
There we go.
Radio Biafra, Biafrans and friends of Biafra all over the world. My name remains Mazi Kanu Agwobulama, and I am calling from Kuala Lumpur, the land of Malaysia, and I'm serving the indigenous people of Biafra living in Malaysia as the IPOB National Secretary. An opportunity to announce our zonal meeting, which is coming up on Sunday at Damansara Damai. For directives, you can call this number 011-3685-8454. The number is 011-3685-8454. Mazi Iyke Peters, the broadcast of last night is a very wonderful one,
yes,
whereby we keep on learning every day from our great leader, the man who have given it all, a man who have given his life for us. We must support him. We must understand that these politicians that we have in our land are still the people that we had during the colonial times, whereby they imposed these people on us. So if you make analysis of the broadcast and see what our leader has been saying, you will understand. You ask yourself, what has our leaders been doing all these years? All these things, this Fulani, they have just taken over everything. And we are there thinking that things will get better. Till now, and nothing happened, and nothing will ever happen, because Nigeria was not even created to favor the indigenous people that are on the land before the British came. So this abnormally is what we all have to come together and be push and make sure that we restore Biafra, because nobody is going to do it for us. Nobody is going to do it for us. Yes. Even all the countries in Asia, they don't give visas to Nigerian passport holders anymore. To do the right thing, just like the people in this area they did when the British left the Indians. They know that they are not the same people. They go their separate way, peacefully. So thank you, Mazi. Let me give others chance to,
thank you
thank you
much.
so much.
Thank you very much. All right, this is Radio Biafra, USA 2. We're still taking calls here at 646-920-4541, 845-344-7984. And it's also on Signal, actually, 845-283-9665. Let us listen to more calls that are coming in. Please let us be very brief and all the calls, and make sure that we allow people to, say a few things, and then give others a chance to come in. Caller on Signal, tell us your name and where you're calling from. Good morning from here.
Good morning, Dr. Ike Peters. This is Ben Okafu.
There we go.
I'm calling from Boston, Massachusetts.
Welcome to the program.
Yes, my brother Onyendu's speech yesterday definitely was one of his best.
Yes.
One great point that I picked there, and I hope everybody did, he asked us a very simple question. How is it that nobody ever questioned why, after the Fulani's attack, the army never went after them?
That's right.
They never went, and not a single time, they never did. Another thing he said, everywhere you see Fulani settlement, look around, you see a military base or police outpost. That's a very important point. In essence, Nigeria is at war with the rest of other indigenous people other than the Fulanis. They're at war with us. There's war going on. They're giving them back up. So Nigeria is at war. But one thing I have to say is this, before I drop the phone, because I know how short time is. We the Igbos, we have our own takia. And that takia is Inyamada Akazu.
Yeah.
Giving you the back of the hand. Okay? And now the governors, now you are aware. Let's give you the benefit of doubt that you did your contract with the Nigerian Fulani government to enable settlers settle in your area, that they're going to live in peace. Now, obviously, you never signed that they'll be killing your people and they'll be getting away with it. You offered them protection. You promised them that you're going to protect them.
Yes.
And they turned around and now are killing your own people right in your eyes, everywhere. In other words, they have violated the contract you had with them.
Yes.
If you are smart, this is the time to say enough is enough. My people are after me. You have betrayed me. That contract is off. Any amount of money you've given for your contract is bye-bye, it's gone so.
Yes.
Turn around, be with your people, and do the right thing to secure your grace. We are at war. Mazi, Dr. Ike Peters, God bless you.
God bless you, sir. All right, thank you very much. This is Radio Biafra, USA 2. Like my brother just said, when you lie, when you plant the evil fruit, definitely whatever grows out of that tree is going to be poisonous fruit. When you put it on the ground and it grows, all the fruits that it's going to bear is going to be poisoned. You started lying from the beginning. They have been lying. Keep on lying. It's to our own benefit that you lie, honestly. Because the world is beginning to see, or the world has already seen you in exactly what you are. You lied about your president who died since 2017 and you keep running around. You see, you have a problem. The man, according to them, somebody went to London. Obviously, we know that's not Buhari. But because of the situation in the country, the British people are coming in. And one thing very interesting that I know is that there is no way in the world the white man can put his brother in the street in Nigerian uniform, army uniform, or police uniform. If we see any of them, we'll kill them. It's as simple as that. Biafrans, anytime you see a policeman or the army man that is dressed like a British man, get rid of him. He's not supposed to be there in the first place. They cannot bring their people physically. They can advise all they want. That's okay. But who are they advising? You can take a horse to the stream, but you can't force it to drink. You can advise the Fulani man all you want, but he's a fool naturally, so he's not going to be able to understand anything. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Caller on straight line.
Good morning. My name is James. I'm calling from Bo.
You're welcome to the program.
Please, I want to thank you for this morning program.
Yeah.
You relayed yesterday's broadcast. Here, I don't know what is wrong with our listen. During the time of our leader speech,
yes,
they didn't relay it to us. I just want to say thank you because of relaying this to us this morning.
Okay. So
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hello. All right,
Please,
this is Radio
ask
Biafra.
them, ask them to know what they're going to do about it, please.
Abaya Radio, no problem. I guarantee we'll do that. All right, let's see. I have another call coming in. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi Iyke, good morning. God bless you for what you do.
Yeah, well.
My name is Mazi Nnamdi. Mazi, I am calling from the United States of America. I reside here in Washington, D.C., but I am from Amibo in Olo. Amibo is the home of the tiger, and Amibo is the home of King Jaja of Popo. Mazi, thank you once more. Thank God Almighty for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, Mazi, I heard what our leader said. All the thing he said is right on point. Even our brother that just called now, that we should give a benefit of doubt to the governors. And then now that the governors, having known now that all the things they signed on the dotted line was not what these people are doing, that they should change their mind. The governor don't have the power to do that. The governor, the people who are guarding the governors are the police. The police appointed by the government. The governors, they do not have any power at all. Remember, the INEC and all the things, these are the people that were packaged, all the governors, they were packaged, and anybody that is thinking that the election in Nigeria is good, that person must be out of his mind. Now that you have all these people that listed from the Army Chief of Staff to everything, to INEC, to all the service chiefs and everything that have gone, controlled by Fulanis. And then, you think that the election in Nigeria is free and fair and everybody is voting. You are wasting your time. They are the one punching the people that are going to do the job for them. So the issue now is that now that we have detailed everything and can have told you, because there's no hope. There is no hope. Who is working for you? Who is working for you went from the executive to the judicial to the Congress and whatever they call it, the legislatures. When all of them are, being controlled by the Fulanis, and then the people who carry gun, the people who save your life, everything, service chief and everything is under the Fulanis. And then you are thinking that you are in Nigeria when you don't have hope, you don't have anything. There is not. So the issue there is that you have to make up your mind to know exactly. So I thank God Almighty again for what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have done in the way of the Eastern Security Network, Mazi. For the fact that Eastern Security Network is here. The only thing now is that the only hope we have, because we do not have any hope again of our safety or whatever, if not for this Eastern Security Network. So I am asking all the Biafrans, I am asking all the lovers of freedom, I am asking, even if you don't love the IPOB or don't love Biafra, but you love your own family, because this Eastern Security Network is the security of the people, by the people, and for the people. It is the volunteer security. This is the security that your people are people that are handling it. So they are there just to do the needful for you. They are working for you. So the only thing you have to do is, please dip your hand in your pocket and do the needful. Just no matter how little it is, to show the gratitude and then to show appreciation for what these people are doing. Because they are doing what nobody can do for you. Even in your house, then you have security, you have to pay your security and do whatever. But when these people are doing whatever they are doing, we need to take care of them and then provide the necessity. That is the needs, the real thing, things that are not complicated for them. The boots and then the gun that they need and then the bullets. That is what we are going to do. So please, if you want to do this, I am begging you to go to our website, www.ipobinusa.org/donate. www.ipobinusa.org/donate. That is very simple. So, Mazi, thank you and God bless you.
God bless you too. All right, thank you very much. This is Radio Biafra. We're still taking calls. I have one coming in on WhatsApp. Let me take this one. Caller on WhatsApp. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Caller on WhatsApp. Are you there? All right, I guess you're not ready. You're going to call us back. Can't hear you. I know your line is open, so call us, give us a call. When you are ready, call us back. Let me take another call on WhatsApp. Call on WhatsApp. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi, good morning.
Welcome to the program.
Yeah, my name is Mazi Nnamdi, and I'm calling from the city of Toronto, Canada.
There we Welcome to the program.
Yes, Mazi, may God continue to bless you. The assurance you have is that as long as you are on air, the whole world is listening.
There we
are not only listening, we are paying very, very close attention and attention to details of whatever you are saying and whatever every presenter on this radio, this platform, is saying to each and every one of us. We are Biafrans, and rightly so, we must do what makes us Biafrans. This morning, I was listening to, first of all, before I proceed, I want to thank the Almighty Chukwu Okike Abiyama for the gift of our great leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Is a gift to us, each and every one of us that is fighting for Biafra restoration. We appreciate him and we thank God for what he has given to us in the person of our leader. And I also thank every principal officer who is fighting assiduously, in truth and in spirit, towards Biafra restoration. Mazi, this morning I was listening to a video on Facebook. I want us to pay very good attention to what I'm about to say, and people that will want to listen to that video should go on Facebook because it's trending as well. I saw that video, and with the analytical spirit I have, I've been able to judge or come to a conclusion that this unknown government issue is being politicized. Why am I saying so? I saw the video, and as I was listening, somebody, I think a lady or a girl inside the car in a dark place, I couldn't picture the kind of car or the plate number or anything, was just saying IPOB people, Biafra, has come to liberate us, that Biafra has come. Passerbys who posed to be prisoners or those liberated from the prison were also saying IPOB people came to free us. IPOB people came to free us. Biafra has come. Now, everything that the Fulani has been doing to us, they've been using our own people. And in the language that these people were speaking, they were speaking Igbo language. A girl or a lady for that matter. I want our people to look at that video, and if you have different notion from what I have, you can also see. They are actually politicizing it. What they are trying to create is the impression that IPOB is the one behind what is happening in the issue of unknown government and the issue of the liberation of those people in prison. And we have to correct that impression. ESN is different from unknown government. Our leader has said he doesn't know those people, but we are happy with what they are doing in whatever way. But it's not IPOB, it's not ESN. We want that point to be cleared. Then secondly, Mazi, what I want to say this morning is there are so many people here in Canada who are not members of IPOB. They may be looking for a way to support the Eastern Security Network. Because as long as we are in IPOB, we are the remnant. We are the people who have seen what is happening to our people. And we want to liberate our people. And if you want to join this league of people who wants to write their name in the sands of time, especially with the ESN contribution, please do not deter. You don't have to be a member of IPOB for you to be able to contribute towards this restoration. We have had enough of the moral support. This time, we want people to come and support us physically in what we are doing. And so if you live in any territories of the Canada, whether you are IPOB member or not, and you wish to support what we are doing, brothers and sisters, please, you can reach us through 226-909-4222. I repeat, 226-909-4222. Or you can call us on WhatsApp, 415-878-6563. 415-878-6563. If you call any of these numbers, somebody will attend to you and you'll be able to donate and get your receipt for every donation that you make. this issue of ESN is very, very serious, because the job that ESN is doing is job of self-preservation. Like our leader said, it is not the Biafran army, but it's an army of volunteer that is meant to secure our land at this point in time. Every region in the former Eastern region, every state in the former Eastern region, like our leader said, has ESN. So you don't have to say, I'm an Igbo person, just support. Is a pool of fund. Just support what we are doing. And Chukwu Okike Abiyama, the Almighty Creator, will continue to bless you. Mazi, I thank you this morning for this great opportunity. And when you speak, may you speak wisdom. May we not be only hearers, but also doers of the word. From Toronto, Canada, take it from me. I love Biafra.
There will. Thank you so much. All right. This is Radio Biafra. We're still open, live broadcast from Houston, Texas. This morning, my name is Mazi Iyke. My brother just said something very important. You see, the way I look at it is that, regarding the video that he was watching, we already made it very clear, our leader has made it very clear, we don't know who the unknown gunmen are. We are IPOB. ESN is our thing. But the unknown gunmen, God will bless them, because they are like people who have been oppressed too. So they are coming up with their own ideas. The truth is, I will tell a very little story about when I first came to the United States of America. I observed something when I go into the stores. I see people dressed like the police. But when you look at their badge, it says peace officer. It doesn't say police officer. But the uniform, everything is the same. I was kind of, just coming out of the zoo. I was like, why would these people dress like police? Somebody just said to me, what's the essence of this police and security? They want to prevent crime. If the robber who wants to rob the store discovers that there's somebody there dressed like the police, the important thing is that he will run. He won't even have time to look at the badge. So if they say that ESN, the unknown gunmen, is IPOB, kudos. We are preventing crime. Let them go to hell. We don't really care. Our leader have told them, one way or the other, we don't know nothing about gunmen. The unknown gunmen are the unknown gunmen. But if you want to attribute it, make it, it's IPOB that is the unknown gunmen, that is your problem. We don't give a hoot, honestly. We don't care anymore. You've been killing us and killing us. So if the sight of unknown gunmen will scare you off and leave you alone, call us all you want. What haven't they called us before anyway? Don't forget, we're miscreants. We're people that have no job. We are jobless people that can't do anything. But today we are talking, doing something, and then they want to call us more names. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, Mazi, good afternoon. My name is Paul, calling from Libreville.
Welcome to the program.
Yeah, Mazi, good afternoon for the job you are doing for us. Especially this afternoon, I have greeted my brother who just spoke just now about the video. One lady is inside the car commenting that IPOB and the Biafrans have been liberated, people in the prison and all the rest. We are IPOB. We are not fighting anybody. If the unknown gunmen did their job in the night or wherever they did their job, it's not IPOB, it's ESN. So people must understand that and stop the circulation of that video. We don't need it because it's not the IPOB are doing that job or Eastern Security.
Thank you.
So I want to tell all Biafrans that the hand of Chukwu Okike Abiyama is on ground. Everybody should kneel down wherever you are as IPOB, as the genuine Biafrans must kneel down and continue praying for the Chukwu Okike Abiyama, because the God has remembered us. Because if you see what is happening in Biafra land today, you will know that God has remembered us. I listened to the broadcast of our leader last night. He made it very clear that there will be no peace unless Biafra is restored. So everybody, if wherever you are, in politicians, especially those politicians are not treating us well. Those in politics want to slave us again. Any politicians in our land, we must deal with them because they are the ones selling us to the Janjaweed. Yeah, so Mazi, I'm very, very happy for the work of all unknown government. Let Chukwu Okike Abiyama bless them. Let Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide them until they do the needful. And the Oduduwa people must rise up the more. As our leader said, in Middle Belt, we don't know. I don't know whether they want to be be slave in their land.
Yeah, well,
we Biafrans.
Let's go. We don't have any more time. Thank you, sir.
Yes, Mazi, thank you.
All right. Anybody who calls in now, please just make it very, very brief because we don't have time. Let us say I have a call on Signal. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
I'll call you back. Mazi Iyke, good afternoon from here.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Good afternoon, dear friends. My name is Pastor Jack, calling from Lagos. I just want to add my voice to our discussion this afternoon. First of all, regarding to the call our brother made, I think I watched that video that young lady was making. First of all, let us understand that it's not today that people have looked for many ways to label IPOB what we do not, and who we are not. So we will not also allow anybody to label us. We have seen that video where she was in a vehicle, I don't know who with, and they saw some persons, and they were asking. In fact, the people that have even spoke, some of them say they are going to somewhere that they should carry them. They say no. And me, I wonder by that time where they are going in the first place. So they purposely were recording, but unfortunately, the truth now remains: it cannot tag IPOB to what happened in that particular place, because we don't know who unknown gunmen are. So if that lady, as she was saying, was shouting Biafra, from her video, there was no evidence anywhere linking IPOB to what she was saying. So she was just calling IPOB freeing people. She was just talking nonsense. There was no proof in that her video. So for anybody to come and link IPOB to what she was saying, that person must be foolish. So today is not the first day. And having said that, and I think we have come to the point where we no longer even give a damn what people want to say about us.
Absolutely.
We have just told them, everybody, if any checkpoint in Biafra land should get dismissed, and if you refuse, you will see you will get what you want to get. That is just the truth. We are no longer dancing inside a confined area. No, we are dancing in the open. Give us lead. We are already in guerrilla warfare in Biafra land. Nothing else, nothing will work. That is just it. We're no longer doing anything. Anyone will do, IPOB, if we do something, we will claim responsibility for that one. So anyone who don't do, associate us with that one. This one unknown government are doing, we do not know anything about them. But if we can tell you about our ESN, and when we do that, every terrorist, every bandit inside our bushes and our forests, we will clear all of them. And that is assurance, and we will do it. And when we do, we will admit that we have done that.
That's right.
So if they like, they can talk anything, they can tag themselves. The fact remains, you must grant us freedom, Biafra freedom, or Nigeria. Our leader was even good to even use Somalia as a place, because Somalia will be a paradise compared to what the zoo will turn to. That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. All right, thank you very much. Like I said before, the summary of the whole thing is that there will be no peace until Biafra is free. It's as simple as that. The message is very clear. Call us whatever you want. I don't know why people should even worry about. Even if you want to say we are the unknown gunmen, so what? So be it. We are not. We've told you we are not. Then you say we are. That's your problem. Just like you called us miscreants. You've called us ifulefus. You call us people that have no job. We call it iPod, tripod, gipod, and whatever pod. So this one is like an addition to what we are already ready. We're ready to answer just about anything. What we are assuring you is that there will be no peace until Biafra is fully restored. That's as simple as that. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Caller on straight line.
All right. Good morning, Mazi Iyke. My name is Jack. I'm calling from Maryland.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you, sir. Biafras all over the world, I'm greeting you. Actually, the last speaker has just spoken almost everything I wanted to speak, because I always tag this is now the time of madness. It's no more looking for political correctness, and because the people killing you, they don't give a damn.
Yeah.
When police and army are giving them coverage, what do you think? This unknown gunmen, in fact, they should even think, even this unknown gunmen, you see, Nigeria, they don't even know. Unknown gunmen are operating in the north, they are operating in the west, they are operating near this. So why would somebody anywhere? I don't know, because they operate in many ways. they can come and they are just looking for a way to break that link, to break, because they know that everybody now is rising. Even those who did not believe in what IPOB has been doing, been saying all this while, the clarity is here. Because on your metro, when it comes to your domot, you say, where is Biafrans? That's what is happening. Anyway, one of the things I want to say this morning that our people back home should be careful because they are so loose. They are so loose. When such thing happen, all you do is just to go there and you take this thing and be talking anyhow and other things. And you know that this mad security of Nigeria, they come and abduct innocent souls. When you are saying all those things, I mean that you know what is happening. They will come and abduct you. They will come and trace you. So the unknown government, in fact, the unknown government has done their work and they left. So if you are there, you try to seek relevance or seek recognition, and you fall a victim of because everly police will in a few days time now they will say they are paraded the suspect. They are good in doing innocent parading innocent souls. In fact, Nigerians should know that the game is over. The game is over because nobody is happy. The truth of the matter is nobody is happy in Nigeria. They should just tell themselves the truth. In a country where you come, people are not happy. If they kill soldiers in Borno, Nigerians will say, yes, that's good for them. They kill soldiers in Ibadan. They say, yeah, that's good for them. They kill soldiers anywhere. Is there a country? There is no empathy for the security again. That's why I keep on saying that I'm ashamed of Britain. Frankly speaking, as big as that country is, they know what is happening. What I expected them to do is to call these people, man, this thing is going out of hand. If these guys are no more, they don't want to live together again, can we talk and dissociate these people, this union, so that everybody will go their own way? It's no more the time of trying to, even this politics stuff of nonsense, nobody's even believing them because they know they are all fraud. Everything has been exposed. So Nigerians, Biafrans back home, please, you guys should be careful in the way you make videos and in the way you stay at the site scene to report and to talk. Even I saw the one that happened at Ukoji where some guys are just standing there looking at this thing. That is not good. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. All right, this is Radio Biafra. We're still taking calls here at 646-920-4541. Fortunately, like I said before, we don't seem to really care. You can call us just about anything right now. We know what we are. We are IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra. We are people seeking our freedom. We want to be free, whether they like it or they don't like it. Because if you don't want your mother to sleep, it's a baby that's crying all night, and the mother cannot sleep, then the baby too will not sleep. So they are the ones that are dragging us about. All we're asking for is our freedom, and until they give us that freedom, there will be no peace. Call us whatever names you want, tag us whatever you want to tag us. The world knows what we are. We know we are freedom fighters. They've been to court illegally, prescribed us. So what? The world says no. The United States of America says no. Donald Trump was one of the first people that said, no, these people are freedom fighters. You don't tag them terrorists. They've not killed anybody. And up till now, we've not killed anybody. So whatever happens, there's a story that I read. I don't know. I can't remember that story very well. Like during the war, another boat took the United States flag to bomb another. An enemy boat took the United States flag just to bomb the United States. Bomb another country so to be assumed that it's the Americans that are doing it. So the same thing, gunmen, we don't know who they are. If we are the ones doing it, believe me, we're not going to hide anything. We're freedom fighters. That's what we want. We want the liberation, and that's all we're going to get, whether they like it or not. So somebody else goes about killing people and they say it's the IPOB. Well, it's not us, but if you think it is us, then that would steer you away from us. Caller, good morning. Caller on WhatsApp. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Oh, my brother, thank God.
There we go.
Thank God, my brother, to see you today. All my effort to meet to greet you people one day seems very difficult. Today I am lucky.
Good luck to you, sir.
I am remember when the maham webem shako was meeting you lap. Aham Celestin what Chineke.
All right, Celestin, welcome to the program. Tell us your story.
My brother.
We don't have time left. Tell us your story and then let's go. Let's go.
On the matter of Mijo, Rekele, Onishai, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now, only low money now. Now, Bonilla Chineke, wherever they are no girl, Reggie was over time. And all good now. I keep it as I'm very grateful for whatever all members of IPOB are doing for us. I'm happy to hear that. As now this Chineke, and members of ESN, we are happy that they all their work they're doing for us. Army of divine soldiers of God. God has come to rescue us. We thank Almighty Father for being with us. Thank you, my brother. I have not much to say.
Right.
I am to say, glory be to God for leading Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and all his followers, IPOB members, family. I am happy for what God is doing on our side. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. All right, this is Radio Biafra USA 2. We are still taking calls at 646-920-4541. I will take a very short break and I'll be right back with you. Stay tuned, don't go away.
Oh, nana, land of the right side, John Lavine, my originality. Land of the right side, Biafra, land of the right side, Biafra, my home, my fatherland. Land of the rising sun, Biafra, my home, my fatherland. We are children of the Most High, called by the name of God, the Creator. Wise men from the east, south and the middle, great Biafran people. We're taking it to idol worship and we lost the face of our God. And as we wallowed in idol worship, the British entered in, trading on the Niger, exploiting your people. Trading by barter, you give me palm oil and take soup to them enter there. I brought in civilization, brought in your religion, and told us about America, and we embraced them. I never knew them got Algeria motel. With religion splitted us amongst our brethren, with denomination tear us apart. Building churches, schools and hospitals. We love on the way out to pay this much to be your place forever. Oh, Nana. So we fought so hard against them systems, fighting against them schisms. We fought so hard against them systems, fighting against them schisms. But our lives have gone poor. At the very spot we left our America. Now is the time to be restored. Great Biafra be restored. I want freedom for my people, freedom for Biafra. Biafra is a reality. My originality.
Why are you people lying? Why don't you tell them they want an independent Biafra? Oh, they're fighting for their freedom. So we owe everything to Chukwuka Biafra who asked us to come. Not by our own might, nor power, nor will, but by the grace of the Most High.
Back in 1914, amalgamation, colonial master, criminal master, a mercenary soldier named Frederick Lugar, brought together all them captives, including Jah people, them Yorubas and them Ariwas, and so many other people called us Nigeria, Niger area. Oh, Nigeria.
All right, one more time I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm back again on seat. The line is still open for you at 646-920-4541. All right, let me see. I have a call coming in on this one. It's coming on WhatsApp on private line. Let's take this one and see whoever is there. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, Mazi Iyke.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. My name is Chukwu Emmanuel. I'm a native of Ishiagu, Ebonyi State, Biafra land. Thank you once more for your effort on this journey. I greet my leader, our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, for a time like this. Yes, our leader, I tried so much to educate the black race. Sometimes I start to think, if not our leader, what is going to happen to black people on earth, especially in Nigeria? Because when I think about black people, I weep. When I see some Igbo man claiming that they are lawyers, they are doctors, they are judges and all of that. And up to today, some of them are claiming to be a Nigeria. Then I start to wonder, where is all these people coming from? Because Nigeria is the worst thing that can happen to humanity. That British created to destroy the whole Africa, because Nigeria is the head of Africa. If Nigeria is destroyed as it is now, the whole Africa will be destroyed. So what am I trying to say? Our leader has done so much to open the eyes of the black race. And they suppose to take this opportunity to be alive. Because when you think what is going on in Igbo land, without our leader, Igbo race has completely gone forever. Because as you people after school, after you waste your time, 5 or 7 years in the school, You come out, you start to apply for visa to go to overseas. Anywhere, maybe America, Europe, Asia, anywhere. If you go to that place, so many people are trapped. So many of our people are trapped. So many countries. They have nothing to do. So many people are in prison. People don't know where to go again. And upon all that, some people are attacking somebody who are doing everything to liberate them from bondage of slave called Nigeria. And some people are ganging up, attacking this man. When I see what is happening, I wonder where these people are coming from. Where do you think you are going? When you die, where do you think their children are going to stay? Because as you are running out from Nigeria, it's how the Fulani are occupying. And that is exactly what British want. That's exactly what British want from the beginning. That is why they give flag independence to Fulanis. But during that time, people are thinking that Nigeria has got independence. Today, some of us who are there by then and was here now have seen that it is not independent of freedom. It's independent of slavery. That is what British gave to Fulanis, not even Azikiwe or Awolowo. They give it to Fulanis. That is why.
Thank you.
All this is happening. So our people must open their eyes for this opportunity so that we will get ourselves out of bondage of Nigeria. Nigeria is made for hell. If there will be hell on earth, that is Nigeria for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, son. All right, this is Radio Biafra USA 2. We're almost rounding up at the program at this time. There's nothing much. I don't think I need to take any more calls because I don't want to stay past my time. So all the phone lines are open. Shut up. There's no point trying to make any call now because it's not going to go through. I'm going to end this with a few words. Like our leader just quoted the British. They said the Irish, the Igbo, and the Kikuyu of Kenya, these were the people that they could not conquer. Nothing has changed because we are Umuchukwu Kikabiama. There's nothing anybody can do to us. Either we are like that child who says that mother is not going to sleep. The child herself will not sleep. You came in here and created what you call Nigeria. It's not working. Over 100 years, you created it. 60 years or 60-something years of independence, nothing is working. All we are crying for is the same cry of pointing. We want our freedom and we're going to get it. Regardless of what you think, regardless of how you feel, your feeling has nothing to do with all the British. We are going to be independent whether you like it or you don't like it. Keep advising them. Keep on holding the hands of time. When you leave the clock, you hold the hand of the clock, stop the clock, the other clock's ticking. The time has come when we are going to be free, and whether you like it or not. And until you give us that freedom, you will never find peace. It's guaranteed. Call us whatever you want. Nigeria can never see any peace. People are still trying to call in, but unfortunately, I just cannot take any more calls. Tomorrow is another day. We're going to have a full program tomorrow. So you can call, but whatever questions you have that is bothering you, I'm sure Mazi Alozie, the USA 1, will be able to answer those questions. You can always send your friend, but I'm going to be here in Texas, like I told you, for the next 2 weeks. Going to broadcast from Texas. That's those who understand know what I'm talking about. Well, my daughters had a baby, and I said, Papa, now this is my own omugo. You know, time has gone on. Everything. This time on air, like Sofia, my brother. No, Sofia has told me that it's only not women alone. Come on now. Anyone Mogo Kedis and the Mama Kanani, you ain't what diaper, so I have some family now. You know that. Thank you very much for listening to Radio Biafra USA 2 this morning, and we are going to ask you to stay tuned, don't go away, because Mazi Alozie is coming in, and make your donations. Make sure that you support the ESN. Those are our soldiers, our volunteers, people that have decided. They are not soldiers actually, but when Biafra army will have a soldier, God knows what will happen. Time will come for that, because if they're not going to leave us alone, it might get to that. We don't want to kill anybody. All we were asking for is give us freedom. Allow us to be free. I just want to remind you that tomorrow is another day. We're together. Stay tuned, don't go away. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. We're going on the air this time.